So do you like someone who can give banter as much as they can take it?
Listen, I'm like king of banter.
Bold statement.
What?
I'll tell you if
Do you
king
like
of
banter?
Yeah, I love banter.
Sick, innit?
That's like the funniest name I think ever to say in the world.
No way.
Shohei Ohtani.
No, it's Daisuke Matsuzaka.
That's too much for me.
What? Or Dikembe Mutombo.
Mutombo Dikembe.
Hideki Matsui is a great
Dude,
one.
there was this interview. There's these Brits.
Siwoo Kim.
Siwoo Kim. Minwoo Lee.
Minwoo Lee.
These are all Asian.
Sung Jae-him.
I guess what we're saying is those are the most
Asians
fun
are, yeah.
names. Yeah, I mean, that's accurate in my opinion.
But back to my story, there were these African British guys on a podcast, and they were asking, they wanted to know like one of their parents who they like their most.
Oh my
famous,
gosh, I saw it. Yeah,
Who's like the most famous basketball player that they know, and they're debating: is it Kobe? Is it MJ? Is it Steph Curry? She's like, Mutombo Dikembe.
Yeah, they were trying. I think they were arguing like who in general is the most famous basketball player, and they were like, well, let's call our parents who wouldn't know anybody. See who if they know LeBron or Jordan. But the way he said it, he's like, who's the most famous basketball player?
Mutombo Dikembe. They all just started rolling out laughing.
I never liked these unis.
The blue ones?
Yeah, I feel like
they're
it might
so
be
dust.
unpopular opinion.
Yeah, I don't like them either.
I said they
I
look
didn't
like
them, but now I
superheroes.
do.
Honestly, they look better.
Like I see everyone wearing them now.
They look better when you play.
I'd
good.
rather even see like
Yeah.
white with red fade.
Well, I think it would be cool. There are a lot of jerseys that would be cool based on what the Phillies have in style. But my take, I hated them like in stores. I don't think they're attractive, but they look better on field, like in full
They should
uniform.
do a Kelly Green alternate.
Kelly Green like Phillies jersey.
Yeah.
Well, they do have the Fanatic, so it's not, they could play
It's
it
not
off
way
that.
off, yeah.
I think the leagues get angry with super alternate jerseys, but like Harper wears the green cleats because of the Fanatic, so you should write a petition.
I got you. I'll write an email.
There's
Yeah.
always work.
Yeah,
There's always work.
yeah.
As long as you guys sign, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, we got an exciting episode ahead of us. We're talking a ton of sports, pretty much everything except NFL, but there is NFL to talk about if we really wanted to, but we will get to
If we get there.
NCAA Final Four, Women's Final Four.
Ah.
For basketball, that is. MLB had an exciting opening week. Golf, we got the golf guy back in the building, Michael J. Kirby.
Masters right around the corner. Not this weekend, but the following weekend.
Yep, F1.
Crazy.
Was there a race?
Japan,
or
no.
Yeah.
It's coming up this weekend. Japan, huge news, huge changes have happened. So we're going to get into that.
Oh, yeah. So there's a ton to talk about. Hockey, even. I have a statistic around, obviously, that hockey story, that Ovechkin story we've been following all year. I think you're going to like it.
Oh,
a
I
lot.
have one.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think it's my 2-minute drill.
Okay. Well, I might spoil it, unfortunately. But I don't think it is. What are the chances?
Hi.
Yeah. This has happened before, actually. Yeah, Jessica.
Did you guys ever talk about maybe I just missed it, but when you texted us for the like hockey players that were playing points?
No. We did not discuss it.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. What were we going to say about it?
What a thrill.
Yeah, that was great. Mike knows hockey. Top 5. It's been a while for you.
Been a
so
while.
hopefully you're excited. Jessica, we're spinning the
I
wheel.
will say I do it with you guys live.
Oh,
every
yeah.
time. Like I
Is
wait.
it as hard as a viewer? Because I watch the...
Well, you just wait. You end
just
up waiting
pause.
longer. But like for me,
Oh.
I was doing it with you guys. I was just trying to like after whoever was last would say one, I would say one.
Yeah. I can't believe we didn't say Benny the Jet Rodriguez from The Sandlot as a fictional athlete.
We have to get
Sorry
better
for
under
saying I was
pressure.
excited you weren't here, but it was very... I
Sorry.
felt like you'd be envious. Like that's one you'd really want to be here for, and I had like an evil laugh inside of me.
I was thinking Pete Wheeler before like you said it.
Wheels.
Yeah.
Wheels.
So
Guy.
what do we got today, Jessica?
I have something that I want to say before that.
Okay.
Just because the Phillies are off to a hot start, I have the top 5 highest paid mascots, and the Fanatic is number 5.
I saw this. I saw this.
You know it?
I know the answer how much he gets paid. Yes, I
Do
do.
they make way
Between
too
you
much?
two, how much do you think the Fanatic makes
More
a
than
year?
me, which is crazy.
Well, he's grinding.
Me too.
I bet he makes... Wow, that's such a weird question.
And
Does he
you think
work
6
year
figures?
round? Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking so too.
He's...
120-ish.
You have like
Is-
30 seconds.
Is he on like an NIL deal situation?
120.
I think he's in the twos. I'm going to say 210. You say
He
120?
makes
Can I say it?
I said 120.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know the answers.
I'm gonna be wrong.
One of our numbers are off.
Go
That'd
ahead.
be hilarious. On 3, let's both say it at the same time. You count down to 3.
Okay, what the fuck? 3, 2, 1.
200,000.
Yeah,
Oh my
okay.
god!
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Guess who's number 4?
Well, is this only baseball?
No,
Oh, okay.
Wait, I thought you said the Fanatic was number 4.
he's 5.
Oh, he's 5.
Top
okay.
5.
Why are we going back? Wait, is he
I'm gonna
3
say
or 5?
The
He's
Met.
5.
Five,
Oh
the
my
Met.
god.
Yeah, I'm
The
stupid.
Met.
No,
The Met's got to be in the top
He's higher.
5.
he's not in there.
The Chicago Bull?
Chicago Bulls number 3.
Oh, it's
How
all
much do you think he
mascots.
makes?
Damn.
400.
Yes.
Nice. Quick maths.
All right, number 4. I'm telling you. is
Yeah,
Gritty.
just read them out. Wow, Gritty makes more than the Fanatic, little rascal.
Number 2,
Wow.
Harry the Hawk, Atlanta Hawks. 600,000.
Is he nice?
No.
What's he doing at halftime for
No,
that?
he's probably.
He's
Better
probably
be,
throwing that thing back at halftime.
no,
for
better
the
be one of
It's
those
working
dunks
out
they go off
there.
the trampoline, but they just go through the.
Yeah, in a mascot suit,
Like,
that'd
don't
be
even touch the
I like
crazy.
the sometimes the mascots are good. Number 1 is Rocky the Mountain Lion for the Denver Nuggets, making 625.
I thought you were about to say 2 million. There's no way.
625 is still crazy.
625
Right
is
now,
insane.
Makes me want to put my 2-week notice in.
I feel like they're taking that mascot suit off backstage, doing something else to get that 600K.
No,
Well, they're
it's
working.
a lot of
They're
work.
working like 365. It's
They
not
have
just like
to
the
not
full
only-
season.
They're not only
Oh,
doing
they're
Charity
doing like
events,
they're running around.
Yeah.
Oh
doing
shit!
a lot.
I gotta go to a charity event.
But by the way,
Yeah.
I think there's more than one of them. Like there's more than one Fanatic.
Are they each getting paid?
Yeah.
200K.
I don't know.
No, I don't think
But-
you're
Or they're
right. I
splitting
think
the
there's
money.
one Fanatic.
No, and I know that.
Okay.
Anyway, there can't be because he needs to be at different places. So maybe the Fanatic for the Phillies game makes 200,000, but then the guy who goes to NBC Philly.
I walked
whatever.
past the Fanatic. I was in like the locker room area,
You saw
and I
him?
was well. He was not in his Fanatic thing, and the guy who was touring me works for the Phillies,
Yeah.
and he didn't tell me right away because he doesn't. You're not supposed to give away who it is. And so like 20, 30 seconds later, he goes, "Oh, by the way, that was the Fanatic."
No, it
But like I
ruined
never,
it for me.
but like I didn't, like I don't know what
They're
that
just a
guy
random
looked like.
person walking
Yeah,
past,
like
yeah.
I didn't like screenshot it in my brain or whatever.
You didn't download that data, bro? Come
No,
on,
I
what are you
missed it.
doing?
I missed it.
Now
yeah,
that your brains are ready, spin that wheel.
Mike, you do the honors. I know you think you never spin, but I'm
I
putting you on
never
the spot.
spin.
We don't really spin anymore anyway.
Oh, so
really
you just
don't.
punked me?
No,
Yeah,
we're
kinda.
gonna bring the wheel back.
I'm not putting the wheel in, so no.
Okay. And the top 5 for today is the top 5 best sports video games of all time.
Oh, great, great.
Great,
Let's
great,
get creative.
great.
Let's get a little creative here, huh? Wow.
And I'm not in it because Mike's back and you don't want me in this.
I don't think, yeah.
I don't
Can I
even
go
think I
first?
have it.
Yeah. You want to go to Ave or to me?
I don't care. I have such a good one.
Me
to go
too, but
first.
please don't say it. You want to anchor or do you want to go second?
It did not matter to me, man.
I can anchor.
Oh, mine's so good.
Go ahead.
Madden, I think it's 06. Maybe it's 06.
Sean Alexander on the cover.
Michael Vick on the cover.
Oh, 04.
04.
Oh, 04, yeah.
Unreal.
Yep.
Just a cheat code of a player. You always draft him in your franchise mode and you just let him rush for 1 trillion yards in a season, throw for 50 million touchdowns and endless yards.
Yeah, no,
Broken
for
character.
great poll.
I'm going a little unconventional here, but it's from a TV show.
Okay.
It's the Rocket Power video game. I'm not sure if it's all sports related, but there's some skateboarding, some surfing in there. So Rocket Power video game. I have a fun backstory to it.
What console were you playing that on?
PS2, I want to say
Okay.
PS2. Was like 90 or 95% finished with the game. My friend's little brother stepped on it and broke the disc, so
Oh
I've
my
never
gosh.
finished the game.
Wow, we should get you. We should get you
Rocket
that.
Power,
Yeah.
yeah, for PS2, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Can't be that expensive. All right. I'm going to go with my first one, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. That game I put endless hours on. It was a huge part of my childhood. And then number 2, I'll have to go with also a football game, but unconventionally 2K6 with TO on the front of it. 5?
Yeah, I was going for
2K5
that.
with TO
All right.
reaching out, catching the football on the front. So I got Tony Hawk Pro Skater and
I'll
2K5.
stay with the Take-Two Entertainment, the 2K franchise. I'll go with NBA 2K5 with Ben Wallace on the cover. It's
Yeah.
a great year for 2K
Yeah.
in 2005.
He's got the fro, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's like yelling at the
That's
was
like
good.
fresh off a championship. Yeah.
All right. To you, Mike. It's already getting tight.
And double
somehow.
down.
Oh. I'm a long way away, dude.
NHL, the one with Patrick Kane on the cover. I forget exactly what year it might be.
I think that's a 16 or 17.
Yeah, I think so too. But I mean, I know in
NHL's
college
great.
we played it endlessly, and it was like 3 randoms all the time. You played it before you went out. You played it after class, before class. Game was so much fun. They were quick. It was just great all around.
Mhm.
Love me a good NHL game.
Yep.
Next, I'm gonna go is NFL Street,
Great pull.
the original one, which was also unreal. Like I think it had Shockey, and it was like a broken tight end in there. T.O. was in it. Moss was in it. It was so cool because you could run up along the fence and all that. It was a great game.
Shout out to LT as well with NFL Street.
Facts.
What a legend. I'm thinking about like Ricky Williams maybe. Was he good in that game? But yeah, fantastic game. I will go with, I'm going back and forth here. I'm going to save mine for later. I'm surprised this came up in round 3.
Me
but
too. I am too.
I'm going to go with a backyard sports game here. Which one do I want? Because I've played them all. The most
There's only
say,
I feel
one
like
right
there's
answer.
one's the best, but there's a close second, and then the rest are.
it's going to be
pretty good.
backyard baseball then.
Yeah, that's my opinion too. Football's close second for
I
me.
love basketball too. I mean, and dude, you ever play
I
hockey?
feel like the hockey's
Hockey
fun
was
too.
great.
Basketball is so easy though. I felt like you just kind of click the hoop.
Yeah. You
I
gotta
played the
get
hockey
open
one a
shots,
little
though.
bit, but then I was just like, I'm just gonna play NHL.
Baseball's the best.
Yeah.
Backyard baseball is the best.
It makes sense too, like backyard baseball, like the
Like
It's like
name.
wiffle ball.
Yeah.
The trick pitches and all that
Yeah.
stuff. All right, I have my back to back. This one I cannot believe has gotten this far. I'm gonna go FIFA 12. No one said a FIFA game yet. FIFA 12 is where they
Finesse shot.
introduced the finesse shot, and I don't think the low driven shot yet, but definitely finesse. Zlatan was on PSG with Cavani. That was fun. Barcelona had the link up. I think we played a lot of Liverpool with Sturridge as far as at the time. So FIFA 12, that was a great game.
Sturridge.
Yeah, Danny Sturridge.
Crank of a left.
Yeah. And then my snake is going to be, Mike gave me this inspiration.
Don't take it from
NBA
me.
Street Volume 2.
okay.
Absolutely. Yep. That was
You get like game breakers, and that game was unreal.
was
Similar
gonna-
to football,
That
but
was gonna be my snake.
I had that on GameCube, and that was, so fun. Very basic game, but you're just alley-oop. Like, you do like a triple alley-oop. Yeah.
damn. I am conflicted again here.
Oh,
I need some
But
inspiration.
I'm gonna
think.
do Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition for the PlayStation Portable. I mean, the game was
is that
incredible.
street racing?
Yeah, the game was
Oh, that's a-
incredible, but the soundtrack was
Sound like a
even
club.
better. And like that game, I spent so many hours on that game, and I'll go with that.
Is
one.
that like a professional street racing? I guess might take
what do you mean
something from
professional?
someone.
There's no like,
But it's
such
not like
thing as professional.
it's not
street
like
racing.
Need for Speed Underground.
No, it's not Need for Speed Underground.
Okay,
I
'cause
mean,
that game's like the best car game ever. But like I wouldn't consider
Midnight
that a
Club
sport.
3.
No.
I was going, well, I
mean,
was
Need for
going to
Speed
say,
Underground 2 was like that's what I was going back and forth.
I was maybe going to pull Need for Speed out of the bag, but I kind of like, I don't disagree with what you're saying. It is car racing, but is that a sport? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
because like you got to do like bounties and like
Yeah.
then you're taking out cops.
Is that game like Need for Speed, or is it like more of an F1 game?
It's just like you're racing on the street, but it's just like you strictly race.
Okay,
cars.
then I would call that a sport.
Yeah, as long as like,
Because
you're
Need
not
for
getting
Speed,
chased
you're
by the
running from
cops
cops and stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that came in later though. Like Need for Speed Underground 2, like there were no cops in that game.
Oh, okay.
So
Need
it's
for
like-
Speed Underground there was though, the first one. I know I played it. It was the car was in Need for Speed
I want to say that came in
2, Too Fast, Too Furious. It's Brian's car that he drives. That's the main car in Need for Speed Underground. Google it.
Well, does that mean
Sorry, it's
does
like
that
the
mean
best
you
game
can
of all
run
time.
from the cops? You're just naming a car that's in the game.
No, I'm just saying like if you
You're familiar with
Yeah.
it. Okay.
There's something like
Anyway,
a
he didn't pick that one, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah.
There's something Pursuit.
All right, I'm gonna go.
That was a cop one.
Yeah.
I can't think of it right now. Go ahead.
You have two right now?
Yeah, it's got
Yes.
two
Okay.
to finish it out.
Sammy Sosa Slugfest.
Wow.
Is that when you
Unreal
could
game.
like drop kick people at second
Drop kick,
base?
you could punch people in the stomach at second base, and like
Yeah.
they would fall off. Sometimes you could tag them out.
Yeah, if they drop the ball, you were
Also, as
safe.
a base runner on second, you could hit buttons and you would start punching like the second baseman next to you. And if you drop the ball, you could get a third, and you could get like power ups in there where like you would hit the ball like 1,000 yards. Like it was so much fun. My next one's gonna be NBA Live 08. It's the one.
It's so good.
It's the one that you could throw off like the TV screens in the dunk contest and do like all the crazy stuff.
That one, I think I'm 100% sure. That's the dumbest thing I've ever said. How can you think you're 100% sure? I'm pretty sure that has Gilbert Arenas on the cover. I had it for
Yes.
PSP. It's so good.
It's so good.
Elton Brand was so
It's
good in
so
that game. Dude.
Dwight Howard was also unreal.
Yeah.
That was when he was on, like when he was good on the Magic. That was so much fun. I'm happy with my list. I gotta say,
Oh my
I'm so
God!
happy with
I
my
have a
feedback.
banger.
You got a
Let's
banger.
go. Yeah.
I'm going to stick with basketball. This is going to be NBA Live 96 for PlayStation 1. I would turn off every single rule and just have brawls with me and my brother. It was so much fun. And like it was the first game I think AI was in.
I was just gonna say, I think I played 90.
I still have the
No,
disc to this day.
I don't know if AI was in that one because I remember like going to Blockbuster
And wanting to play with AI.
and then Tim Duncan was on the cover of one of the disc I got, and AI wasn't in it for some
Okay.
reason. Okay, I have an honorable mention that you guys definitely have never played, but hopefully my brothers, who if they listen to this,
I
will
played a
know
lot of
it.
games.
Yeah, it's really weird and
Definitely
random.
Mike's played it before.
But so my real vote though is going to be MX versus ATV. I don't know if you guys have ever played that racing game, but
so many
it's
times.
so fun. Oh my gosh.
Gonna take you on.
Yeah. And you just like
Gonna take on anyone.
the soundtrack was great, but you just like race the same race over and over and over again to try to get faster and faster. That game was so addicting to a young child. There we go though. There's our top fives. I think everybody came up with a good list.
NBA Jam, honorable mention.
Is that when? So I think that might have been the one I was going
The
to.
super dunks where you just like lob it up and players
Plus
jump
I
like
fan
60
that
feet in the air.
Well, I swear I was
played
playing. It
like-
was only 3v3,
Yep.
and you can almost see the full court the whole time. And I would like play the Celtics, and they'd have like a horse on their team sometimes, or like aliens. Like
I don't know about all that.
like you could get like random. I don't know, this game I played, unless I remember it like completely on LSD as a 5-year-old. I swear
I think it was that.
And
it
it
would
was
be like Paul Pierce and then like 2 aliens, and I'd be like Aaron McKee, Eric Snow, and Iverson. trying to
No, it
beat
wasn't
them.
said. NCAA football, Vince Young on the cover.
That's a great point. I
Say
can't
basketball.
I can't say that. I'm not an NCAA guy. Not that I don't like it. I've never put the time against
The
it.
original one was better even than the one that just came out. It was so good.
So they're gonna the fans are gonna be pissed that one didn't come out. However, it's not
I wasn't
top
playing.
five.
It
for
wasn't
me.
in my lexicon. Yeah.
So I didn't want to be a fraud, but you're definitely right.
Yeah, it was great.
What about like some snowboarding games or something?
I
The
don't
one
know
with
if
Sean White on
I
the
don't know what
cover.
they're called.
The one with Sean White on the
Yeah.
cover.
I had the
so
one for the
good.
Wii with the Wii
You
Fit
could go
board.
into the little gully thing, and like they have in the Olympics, and like they do tricks on the side.
Oh, the half pipe.
Yeah, half pipe, and
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
I thought you were definitely gonna pull out skate when I said Tony Hawk
I
Pro
wanted
Skater.
to, but yeah, you already had it, so I was like, I'm not gonna.
Pro Skater. That
There's
was
only one. I think that was it.
But the Disney skating game
Gran
was sick too.
Turismo or Too
Gran
Fast, Too
Turismo's-
Furious. Is that because
Yeah.
I'm literally I was not allowed to play. I would play when my brothers would
Mhm.
leave, but I remember that game. And there was a boxing game when I was young though.
Knockout.
Yeah,
I think it was just called Knockout.
I was
Fight
gonna
Night.
go-
Yeah, it was Fight Night.
Yeah.
Googled. So Bleacher Report actually put out the top 50 top best sports games ever
50.
ranked.
Oh, really quick, I was gonna go UFC. If you guys ever played?
Oh
that
yeah,
one.
UFC's good.
Anthony.
You think WWE counts?
Yeah, I was gonna bring one up, but I was like
SmackDown
embarrassed
vs.
to
Raw
say.
06?
Yeah, those
Oh
are
my
great.
God.
Yeah, they were. Yeah,
it was so fun. All right,
every young boy played a very specific WWE game.
Yeah, I don't know which year or whatever. I want to say I had
SmackDown
like
vs.
Triple
Raw
H.
06.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the game.
That's
Yeah.
what
the
everyone
game.
played.
Yeah, that's
every
the one.
guy,
Yeah,
every boy.
Yeah,
it was so fun.
countless hours.
At your friends. I never even owned it, and I played a million hours on it just because I would play it at my friends all the time. Last one before you read the list of top 10, because I wanted to elaborate on the skateboarding. Tony Hawk Project 8 is another good skateboarding one if you
I don't
never
know if I
played it.
played that one.
Yeah, that's like that was like the transition to the really good graphics in Skate, I would
Okay.
say.
Skate is so good though.
Yeah, it's very good. Jessica, what do you got for us?
All right, let's do this. Keep bopping around. Number 1, FIFA 10. Number 2, Punch Out.
Punch Out.
I don't think that's. What
Is that a
I'm talking
boxing
about.
one, I guess?
It is
It's
a
gotta
boxing
be.
one.
About like Wii boxing.
It's Mike
Wii
Tyson's,
Sports.
like when he was out.
Nobody said anything for
Sounds
Wii
lame.
Sports.
Sounds lame.
It's literally the graphics are. It's
That's
old.
fine.
If
What's 3?
NHL's not on here, I'm gonna be
Number
pissed.
3, NBA 2K11.
Oh, Fight Night's
Is that
the
the
one
one
where
with
you can't
Paul
beat Mike
George?
Tyson. Literally.
That
I feel like it's Chris
is
Paul for some
the
reason.
one
No, Chris Paul's way earlier.
2K11. I think Jordan's on the cover there.
Not gonna play.
I think my brother broke his ankle
Number
that
4.
year. Just playing it.
I actually don't know how to say this word. It's awkward.
All right,
Tecmo Super Bowl.
No, whatever. This is a bad
It's old
list.
school, yeah.
Number 5, Snowboard Supercross 3.
Sean White.
Number 6, 3-on-3 NHL Arcade.
Oh wait, that's good. You go around with big heads and you can lay people out.
Is that just a game mode? Or
Yeah, no.
that...
It's like you can play with
It's a
real
game.
players,
Yeah,
but like
do
it's
a
like an
big
arcade
heads.
and it's a free. You can download it on I think it was Xbox. We
I
used to play all the time.
definitely
It
have
was
played that
so much
before,
fun. You
yeah.
can get power ups and it was a good game. That was a good one.
Number 7, Madden 2006.
Rue almost got that, but then you said 04. But 04 is better.
Number
I would play
8.
minicamp for so long.
And just run it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I had the whole 06 EA Sports package for PC. I had like NASCAR, 2K with T-Mac was on the cover. I guess Sean Alexander might have been 07. I don't know. But I had the whole package. It was crazy.
That was McNabb was on one of those.
That's
back
06,
then.
yeah. That actually is 06.
Yeah, I feel like
Alexander
Mike's
was
got the
07.
full EA package often. He's
Yeah.
even got PGA in
You ever
there.
played NASCAR though?
Mike had all the
No.
games.
You ever played NASCAR?
My
NASCAR?
cousin used to have it. We played there, but like I.
Oh,
never
I
got
played
to play.
NASCAR before.
NASCAR,
That was fun.
I don't remember playing.
It was pretty
I just
fun.
used to get really mad when they're like, "You need a pit stop." I'm like, "No."
No, I don't. Trust me. I'm chilling.
I know my car.
I feel great. All right, were we at 8?
8, MVP Baseball 2005.
That's a good one. Is
Yeah,
that
it
Matty
is.
Never said the
Ramirez?
show.
There's no cover. Let me see.
Might be.
I think it's Matty
I
Ramirez.
think it
it's
is Manny Ramirez.
I think it might be one of the first times you can go owner mode.
Pujols is
MVP baseball.
around there. 05.
Users
I think it is
could
Manny.
change
It is
everything
Manny.
from. Oh, you could go into single A even.
You know what? I was thinking that, but I thought it was the show for some reason still.
I don't think the show was out yet.
Nah, there was a there
Like
was a
Joe
show, and
Mauer
the show
was
discontinued
08.
for a while,
Yeah.
and then it came back.
Mauer
Besides
was
the
on
point,
the
I
show
would have
for
said
a
this
while.
one, but I thought it was. That's a really great game. I have that at my house right now.
Just to look at it.
I still have my PlayStation 2.
9 and
Number
10.
9,
Do you really?
Tony Hawk's
Yeah.
Pro
That's it.
Skater 2.
I saw-
Let's
Pretty
go. The
One
exact
that's made the
one.
list.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
And number 10 is the Backyard Sports Series.
All right, I count that for you.
Yeah, but then the 11's
Can't believe
the
NHL didn't
09
get
the
on there.
show.
MLB.
Yeah, and then NBA
Yeah, it's a
Jam.
great game.
It's fun. I can
NBA
keep
Jam.
going forever.
All right, cool. Well, that was fun. Little bit of nostalgia there. Sheesh. Hopefully that comment on our YouTube video, the best video game that has to do with sports. Or your top 5.
Maybe
Give
we'll
us your
do a
top
poll.
5. Over who won?
Yeah, we could do a slide with all three of ours.
Oh yeah, truth.
And then have the next
I'll
one
work
be a
on it
voting
right
thing.
now.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's better than editing the video. I mean,
don't remember.
and editing the video is
If you
way
guys want
harder.
to text me what you just said, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I just said.
On.
Well, you can watch the podcast and give us an extra
Yeah, I don't
viewer.
remember either, actually.
Okay, well, this week in sports, obviously the number one story, as I'm sure most of the listeners are aware of, is that we're into Final Four. What would we call it?
Weekend.
Territory. That's the word I was looking for.
Dang,
Final-
I was muted for that too.
Thank
That's
you, Mike.
crazy.
Mike did not say territory. I thought of that all on my own. The 4 teams we have left: Florida facing Auburn, Duke facing Houston. What are your knee-jerk reactions, fellas?
Dude, I'm pissed that all 4 number 1 seeds made
Yeah.
the Final Four. Has that ever happened in our
I think so.
lifetime?
In our lifetime, I don't think so. No, that's not true. In 08, can you name them? I can.
Kansas,
Yes.
Memphis.
Fuck, I shouldn't have given
it
you a
was
year.
Memphis, too.
Yeah.
So it was
Okay, I
Derrick
told him.
Rose years, UCLA.
Yes. With Russ.
Russell.
North Carolina.
And- yes. God.
Oh, with Tyler Hansbrough.
Yeah, you
And
guys
Ty
know
Lawson.
ball. Let's go. That's sick.
I can't believe you guys haven't talked about it. I mean, I know you didn't really do one, but you guys are absolutely getting obliterated in this bracket.
Not if Duke wins.
Yeah, right.
It still wouldn't be close.
Oh, well,
No.
I didn't put. I'm not thinking bracket. I'm
If
just
Houston,
thinking. Yeah,
if Houston
sorry.
wins and Florida loses, I win.
You think?
Yeah, I can still make enough points to win.
But I have Duke going to the finals. So then
That's why I said I need Auburn to win and I need Houston to win it all.
Oh, I got you.
Because then you
There's a
zero
chance,
out.
yeah.
Yes.
There's a
Interesting.
chance. There's a
Interesting.
chance.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
I didn't.
Dude,
even
I
submit
said
the full
bold
bracket.
picks at the beginning of the year. I was like,
fucked up.
number 1 picks, no, number 1 seeds. Like, there's no way that like multiple number 1 seeds make it.
I disagree, actually.
Dude.
I'm going to be real. A shocker. Come back and right away just get to that. I think this is actually like the first year where it's like, and maybe it is a lot of NIL money kind of side of it because SEC obviously has money. But I think it's like the first year in a while where you're like the 1 seeds are actually like clear cut ones that
I feel like that's every year.
Yeah, but is
I
that-
don't think so.
I think
that
so.
even true or untrue, is that good? And I think it does have to do with NIL and the transfers.
It's
Which
definitely transfers. They have older players on their teams. Like,
I think it's a topic we definitely should talk about. Is that like
I think it's cool every now and then. I don't think it's something that you need to consistently happen every year. Like
Purdue's the only team who had 5 starters who started at Purdue, like their college career
Yeah.
at Purdue. Every other school,
that's skewed a little bit though too, because then you have places that people come in and be a freshman and get out, like Duke and Kentucky and stuff
or
like
just
that.
leave.
So
Like,
that's a
they're
little
just, like,
yeah, but
juniors.
even a place
But I'm
like
saying his
Duke,
point are that people that transfer out,
Yeah.
and like he's saying Purdue didn't transfer out. I'm saying Purdue's not getting anyone really drafted other than like Zach Edey, where these other schools are.
They got
Purdue's good.
they got
I mean,
the
Purdue's a
Wingers on
school
Pistons.
that
They're
a
always
JUCO
competitive.
guy or that like a mid-major would transfer to,
and they're
play
always
at.
competitive. I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm just saying, like-
you're gonna get more draft guys that are. It's like they're gonna have more players return and be a better chance of a starting lineup than someone like a North Carolina or like Duke.
Historically,
Well, like
yeah.
Auburn,
But, I mean, they had
the best player at Auburn
they had
is
two picks in the draft last year.
but not even draft. Like Purdue's definitely good enough for a guy who's cooking at James Madison to want to
Yes.
transfer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why it changes things. Like, I don't know. I would think it would help the spread almost because teams can give money. Like
That's
Kentucky,
exactly why
Kentucky
it's
will
not.
run out of money.
No, they won't.
That's the thing.
They can get whoever they want. Like,
But he won't, like, you could, like, don't you think a mid-major could say, I'm going to give all my money to you and you're going to start and be my player?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but a mid-major can't give as much money. Even Duke can give like 10 or 12 players
Yeah,
all that money.
What that mid major did, just Auburn did to 12 players. So like, yeah,
And they
can
don't
do it.
care that they're not going to play then.
Well, they are playing, and they're playing well.
But they're not. Like, I mean, some are, but there's a ton of kids that are transferred
Oh, you
to
mean
SEC
some guys
and
that are
not
just
playing.
Yeah.
sitting on the bench? You're saying?
Yeah, but they got their NIL
I think meant
money.
like not playing because I mean, dude, honestly, like they're kind of kids. It's the thing. It's hard to like think about it from that aspect too. Like
You want to play more basketball
you would think.
as a kid.
There's definitely
paid.
some
I'm
people
trying to get
that are
paid.
sitting
It's a
on the
chicken.
bench that are like that and just getting a good $2 million, even
Yeah.
even $500K.
And also, it's hard if you
Yeah.
go to a really good team to like try to blend in. I know like these players are great, but like it's hard to find your spot. Like not everybody can score 20 points on a team. You can't put up like 15 shots a game. Like it's hard to find your role, even if you get that money.
Yeah, well, I understand. I'm just saying, like, it's. I think the NIL stuff was hoping to spread out the talent so that mid majors could use money to get players or just deals with their local things.
Which is true. That was
Or
the
to
thought
keep
behind it.
players
But that
there.
was the thought behind
But
it.
then the SEC went, oh, we'll just get more booster money.
Yeah,
and we'll buy all of them.
We'll just do what you're doing times 10 and it'd still be fine.
So do the mid majors suck now? Because
Well,
their
they
best
lose all
players.
their best players.
leave.
Their
That's
best
why-
players are going.
And that's why the ACC's not as good at basketball this year. That's why the
'Cause-
SEC is so good because the SEC has so much money because it's all the Midwest stuff.
Yeah, and ACC has like more dignity. I feel like. I don't know what I mean by that, but I still.
I shook my head.
still
Yeah, I let
stand
you-
by
I
that
let you have
statement.
it. Yeah, yeah.
I'm okay that I said
It's just
it.
like I don't know. Maybe they spend or they make more money in football for the SEC, and they can transfer that money a little bit to their basketball
Oh, yeah,
team.
I'm
So it's
sure,
like-
I'm sure.
And baseball as well is huge in the SEC, so it's like their schools in generally for sports have more money.
How do you feel? I don't think this is like a hot take, but it's a take that I have that's warm, maybe. I feel like you should, if you're going to bring in money, like real big money and NIL and stuff like that, you should sign a contract with the school for
Yes.
clearly 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Like not, I'm going
1
to take
year.
all your money
Yeah.
and I'm going to leave whenever I want. I don't think that's right. I don't
It's
think
not.
you can't recruit anymore because it's like you're gone in a year if we succeed.
It also hurts younger people because I mean, there's plenty of college coaches that have come out and said it, and they're like, "Why am I going to go to high school to recruit?
Yeah.
When everyone's just going to go to the transfer portal anyway."
Yeah, the really good schools don't recruit high school anymore, and the mid majors know everybody they recruit is gone if they succeed.
Yeah, that's the thing. They
That sucks.
they messed up the rules. Like it was way too strict before, and then they let go of all the regulations.
They
and
went,
then
yeah, they went.
this
full,
is what happens.
Yeah,
They went from regulations and everything to just
Literally nothing.
invisible hand
Yeah.
fully.
it's like worse. It's like less regulation than professional free agency, like and tampering and all
and
that
their
stuff.
kids as well.
Yeah, they don't care at
Which is
all.
crazy.
Yeah. Anyway, you want to talk matchups then, or whatever
Final
we think?
four. Yes.
So we got, I guess, Florida Auburn first.
Florida Auburn.
Mike
Banger.
called it. He
Banger
had that
SEC.
exactly in the. I mean,
You have that lineup.
he picked the
Florida
one and
versus
one.
Auburn.
But I've said,
Yeah, no,
that's
yeah.
why I led with.
yeah.
You did.
These teams are so much better. I mean, it's just I had Tennessee even over Houston. I thought it was going to be all SEC teams.
Yeah, I mean, close, halfway there. But Florida versus Auburn is crazy. Walter Clayton, I finally got his name right this podcast, but
Well, because he's so savage.
The man
you
is
want to
so
you want to forget his
good,
name's
bro.
Walter.
I was just gonna
because
say,
he's such a savage.
he's so good, bro.
Dude, he
And
just gets
makes-
rebounds. He gets rebounds. He dribbles out like twice, and then he just does that like little one leg fadeaway.
he's not even that
it's just
big.
cash.
He's not even that tall. He just he just rises up and shoots it. I'm gonna make this shot. I don't care.
He's composed.
He's so composed.
What
Only
you said is so funny. I saw someone call him the man so good at basketball you forget his name's Walter. But anyway, you were going to talk matchup. Yeah.
They've got a ton of experience. I think their average age for their team is like 22 and a half. Like
The
they're
OKC
so old.
Thunder.
Graduated.
OKC Thunder average. We could probably find it. But the OKC average age is younger than the Auburn average age.
So it's older than
brought that
22.
up.
They got
Oh
a
yeah,
kid
you
on-
said that.
25.
They got a kid on
Yeah.
They got a kid on
It
there.
was younger. Yeah, it was a 25 was the college teams. I think I can
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah, 22 and a half.
But how
is
crazy
younger.
is that? The
That's
best team in the
lowballing it.
NBA right now.
Well, they have a 25-year-old on their team. Like they've got old players, but they're playing so well. For my sake, I want to say that Auburn is going to win, but
Why is that for your sake?
so I can
'Cause
win the
you-
bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For my, but
What do you think is actually going to happen?
dude, Florida, what I've seen this tournament has just been steamrolling, and Walter Clayton is just like, I'm going to put the team on my back.
Walter Clayton's great. Auburn has the player of the year, maybe.
No, they don't. The
Well,
player of the year was
yeah,
announced
It
today.
was announced, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, the runner-up.
But listen,
That's so funny.
Texas Tech was up big on Florida, and I thought they were going out in the last round, and then Walter Clayton put the team on his back. So I can see him doing that against Auburn and then against Duke and Houston in the finals. So
My thing for Florida Dave, is that they're good enough that like you look at the UConn game where like maybe UConn outplayed them the first half and even part of the second half, but Florida was good enough and well coached enough that they hung around, that they were never ever out of reach actually. So then they got hot
they were down by like 10 with like 8 minutes left, though.
They got hot for that 3-minute stretch. They're down 2, and then they get hot for a minute stretch, and now we're up 6.
Yeah, and they won handily
Yeah.
in the end.
I know I text you guys this too, but Dan Hurley, I'm also off that train. He's the most annoying human I think that walks this earth.
Is that the
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
a nut
Connecticut
job.
coach?
Yeah. He's a nut job, but I mean,
It's like he's letting the wind just get to him. It's like, dude, just be who you are.
Yeah, he's overdoing it. I don't like him either.
he's
being weird.
One
I think
back to
he's
back.
no,
I mean,
he's a clicks guy. He's a clicks
job.
guy. He just wants clicks.
I mean, that's fine. He won back to back. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but
He's
I'm
a
not
nut job.
It doesn't mean I have
That's
to be.
a known thing. But yeah, I'm
He's
not
a dork.
1,000% on board with him too. But if he keeps on winning,
Oh,
I
he
ain't
lost.
mad at it. I mean, he won 2 straight. I ain't mad at that.
So,
I just think the matchup wise, I don't think Auburn can match up with Florida. I think Auburn's deep. I do. I think they have plenty of talent coming off the bench. I just think the guard play, it's got to go Florida because I forget his name exactly, like something Martin. I forget his first name. The broad dude
On the starter for
Florida.
Auburn?
For Florida.
Oh, the other guy. I don't know his name.
But you know who I'm talking
Yeah.
about? Like even him, like he's
He is
super talented.
athletic,
He's
yeah.
good at both ends,
Yeah.
and they have a 7'4" guy, and they
They
even
have 2 7
yeah, and they have height on the bench too. So like even if one of their bigs get in foul trouble from like Auburn's best player, I just see Florida like putting the next guy in there, and
I
like
really like Auburn's coach too.
Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce
I'm a
Pearl.
big Bruce guy.
I think Florida's the best coach in.
Jesus, you really
He's all
like
on board.
Florida.
No, right now he is. Like I'm not
Oh, in the
saying
Final
he
Four?
is. I'm not saying
Dude, I
like,
like Calvin
the
Sampson.
way he is coaching right now, the rhythm that he's in.
And
it's-
John Shire's
it's him or
not a
Houston.
slouch.
No, I mean his team's just unreal in my opinion.
I mean, you still got
John
coach.
Shire's a beast. I love John Shire.
John
Always
Shire's the
have.
best.
But like, because
Ever
even
since he was a
Hurley, he
player.
got out coached. That's why they lost. He got out coached that last
I
like
just
5
think
minutes of that game.
the guard
and, like not
play-
even close.
The
to
guard
coach.
play was just better. Like,
Oh, yeah. They
lost by
Hassan
3.
Diarra, Hassan Diarra is
He
not
got
as good as
out-coached.
Walter
He should have
Clayton.
won. They're up 10 with
Okay.
7 minutes left.
I'm gonna go Florida.
Reluctantly, I will go Florida here too.
Okay, so we're all thinking Florida. Yeah. Let's talk Duke Houston.
Duke.
Then. Yeah, Duke's gonna win.
I mean,
So the only worry here for me, and you can let me know what you think, but like
I mean, I picked Duke. He picked Houston.
the
so obviously-
physicalness of Houston is what could win them this game. I don't think it's going to be a talent side. I don't think it's going to be like
well, the
their
talent's definitely
I don't
in
think
favor of Duke.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's
Yeah.
going to be their offensive explosiveness because Duke can just run with that too.
Yeah.
So I think if Houston's going to win this game, they're going to have to just bang out and be physical with Duke and like just
And just lean on that experience. I
Yeah.
know Duke's got some experience in the mix with Tyrese Proctor, Sion James, and then they're starting 3 freshmen. But Houston's, they're going to have to rely on their experience. They've been here before. They were deep in the tournament last year. They've had deep runs these past 3 or 4 years, but it's going to be a tough matchup. I do have Houston pulling through in this one.
I just won't bet against Cooper Flag
I'm rolling with the boys.
I mean, these are great teams. I have a stat here.
I mean, they're all number 1 seeds.
Well, more than that. What do you know what Ken Palm teams are?
No.
Me neither, but it's some sort of statistic.
That
Anyway,
measures like the overall efficiency or like how well the team
overall greatness, I guess.
Yeah.
But so it says here are the 10 best Ken Palm teams ever. Ratings date back to 96, 97. Number 1 is 98-99 Duke. Number 2 is this year's Duke team. I'm not going to read you all of them. I guess I will. Then you have the 01-02 2000-2001 Duke team, the 14-15 Kentucky team, the 2021 Gonzaga team, this year's Houston team, last year's UConn team, this year's Florida team, 07-08 Kansas with Chalmers, this year's Auburn
Perry Ellis
team.
was probably on that team too.
He was on all of those teams.
He's still on the team now.
And Brady Morningstar. Anyway, the point there being all 4 of the teams in this Final Four are top 10 teams, according to this statistic that seems to be overall encompassing statistic. But that's what it looks like.
I think I can guess what that accounts to as well.
For some insight, Ken Palm is literally, his name's Ken Pomeroy. It analyzes basketball teams' offensive and defensive efficiency per 100 possessions.
Well, it's actually a cool stat.
Yeah, it's pretty fair.
So we just basically created it, and then people were like,
so I just
this.
we were kind of
That's like my dream.
That's a cool one.
we were like close on each sort of conversation or discussion there on both of those matchups. There's a reason. All 4 of these teams are historically great
And have NIL money.
and have NIL money. Houston's
Has a lot of NIL money.
really.
Yeah.
They're good at football and
I forget what it is,
basketball,
but like people were talking about it being like one of the highest in like out of all the college teams. I'm pretty sure it's like top 10.
wow, I would not have guessed.
Yeah, I
that.
would
Me
not
neither.
get this
That's
at
why I
all.
was really surprised. I'm like saying top 10 to be like conservative too. Like I'm pretty sure
they're
it's
like top 5.
yeah.
So we mentioned Player of the Year. Who did win it though? Because obviously I didn't see the news.
Cooper Flag.
Yeah, as he should have.
Exciting way to a while ago.
You have the snub. You have it as a snubbington.
It was close. I mean,
I don't think it was that close.
Janai. If you
Janai
gave me
Broom.
100 tries, I'd have called him Johnny.
I was calling him Johnny on like 3 podcasts ago, but I've heard his name like a million times since then. So Janai
We'll clip it
Broom.
and send it to him.
I might have to. Janai Broom. I mean, I don't know if it was a snub, but like he should have got a decent amount of votes. I don't know what the final tally was.
I
No,
don't know
he's
what
good.
either.
I mean, only one winner. Was there a better player than Cooper Flag? You can't call it a snub.
That's why it's not. Like that's a shame to say, but like
If it was unanimous, maybe
he's
that's
just a
ridiculous,
generational
but-
talent.
I saw Dick Vitale. And he said, I've only ever seen 3 players at this age as well
Rounded.
Yeah.
LeBron James,
Yep.
Cooper Flag.
Yes.
Derek.
Cooper Flag's the person we're talking about. So
Yeah.
No,
At this age,
one of them he tried to recruit to play for him in college, but he ended up
Detroit.
going to Michigan State.
oh my gosh.
Larry Bird.
Nope.
Michigan State.
That's Indiana State.
Magic.
Magic. There you go.
You're right.
And
I knew they played
and Kobe
each other.
Bryant.
Okay.
So he said he's not saying this kid is them. I'm just saying
He's
as
just
far as
saying-
my scouting and recruiting is,
Yeah.
I've never seen a kid at 17,
This
18.
polished.
Polished, strong, good at shooting, good at rebounding, good at passing, all of it, except for Magic, Kobe, and LeBron. So that's pretty crazy.
No
That is
pressure.
crazy.
Yeah, no pressure.
My thing with him, man, is he just has a feel for it, like already. Like there's times where like he like goes into a spin move on the elbow, and like it's like a hezzy step forward to a step back, like fake spin almost,
I think we're good.
fake spin almost, and then he just like it's like an instinct jumper, like
Yeah.
pull up mid range. Like
Yeah.
it's just like a rhythm thing. Like it's just there. Like I don't even know how to explain
as
it.
you're saying, like he doesn't force anything. He just literally just flows and makes the best basketball play possible, and like it's every single time. And
Whether
he's
it's
just a
a pass-
special talent. Yeah,
Or anything, like because he's quick enough to get around them too.
yeah.
It is. He's fun to watch.
We probably started to hear about him when he was like 16, 17-ish.
I mean, that Mountain Verde team's unreal.
Yeah, and I mean, the people in this room knew he was good. We weren't dumb. But what changed it for me is watching those clips with Team USA last summer, and I was like, whoa. He's not just like going to be. And that was me going from he's going to be the best player in the NCAA.
Yeah.
And my view of him went way higher than that after watching him play against Anthony Davis and Kyrie and all those people. I was like, holy shit.
To double down on that point, his first bucket in those practices was a fadeaway jumper on Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Like his very first bucket in those practices.
Jogs down the court.
There's no way that these guys on that USA team are going, okay, let's strap up and act like they took that personal. Like he's hitting a fadeaway, like, and they're definitely trying harder from that shot out. So not only is he doing what you're saying in all the clips and like performing well, like they're for sure like pissed off that like.
Well, there's interviews too with the guys going like, yeah, that dude was that kid's good.
That's my point. Like they were going like it's not like they were just going easy either.
Oh,
He's
no.
like doing it all. It's crazy. Like the one putback that he has and then he slides along like under. It's insane.
And he doesn't look intimidated at all. He's just playing pickup basketball.
Just loves
with
it.
the greatest players
loves it.
ever. Yeah. Abe, there was a coaching move you wanted to discuss?
Yeah. Kevin Willard, he's bringing his talents to the main line. He's going to Villanova, formerly of Maryland. He used to coach at Seton Hall, and then he took the Maryland job, and now he's headed to Villanova. What are your thoughts on there?
I hope things go well. Maryland had a great year, so hopefully he knows what he's doing. I feel bad for the dude who tried to fill Jay Wright's shoes.
Kyle Neptune, yeah.
I didn't know much about Kyle Neptune, but I didn't think he was going to do well, and he didn't. Villanova's been nothing short of embarrassing, in my opinion, based on what they're capable of. I think they're a school that's going to not fare as well with the NIL situation because they're just a small. I mean, it's like 8,000 students. The
thing is, they got money though to spend. They just don't spend.
They do, but it's all from basketball. Basketball funds that whole school.
Right.
The football team's like a $200,000 loss every game. And the basketball team just supports it. And all the scholars, like everything. So it's not like they have endless money.
Yeah.
Like at Kentucky, I don't know if any of those sports are necessarily a deficit. There's a lot that goes into it, but they're getting so many fans. Like the football, baseball, every sport except for basketball is an expense to the school.
Yeah.
So it stinks for them. Jay Wright, unreal coach. This guy, hopefully he's good. He turned Maryland around a little bit. They were always good, but they made a nice run and were pretty dominant throughout this year. So, I mean, hopefully things go well. I like to root for Villanova, but I don't know. I don't care so much.
A lot of what you were saying is what I feel as well.
Okay.
Like it's going to be tough for any coach to succeed there because of the NIL and their not willingness to spend on the players, I would say. I think that's why Jay Wright kind of, left that job because it's like, if I can't compete with these guys nationally, then I don't want to do this job.
Yeah.
And I think any coach that goes there is going to have a tough situation, but they're going to have to recruit locally and try and get the best guys in locally because nationally they're going to.
But I mean, even look at Ace Bailey going to Rutgers.
He probably got paid a ton.
How does
money.
that happen?
He got paid a ton of money.
Yeah, and the other kid too.
Dylan Harper. A ton of money.
Yeah, so it's like Villanova can't get those two kids and they end up at Rutgers.
They could, is what I'm saying, but they're not going to spend that money to attract those players.
Okay.
It's funny too because the Maryland coach literally like had all that drama of like, what do you want me to do? Like, because of all the NIL stuff. Like he literally said that in post conference interviews.
And he's not going to a better situation in terms of NIL.
So it's like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, he probably got paid a lot more money to coach at Villanova.
They're giving the coach the NIL. One thing I want to talk about really quick before, and this has to do with NIL, before we go to our next topic is, did you hear about the Indiana roster?
They all left. There's nobody on the scholarship. Yeah.
Neither on the LaSalle team.
Well,
their coach
I didn't know about
left as
LaSalle, but Indiana, I feel like it's a big basketball school, and their coach left. They got a new coach or something. Yeah, I think their coach left, and all the players were like, "All right, well, that's not who recruited me. I'm out of here."
I think it's more popular than you think too. Like I think Indiana just gets highlighted more, but like just to double down on how crazy NIL stuff is in the transfer portal, I think it happens
like you have a zero roster.
I don't think it happens to schools like a blue blood like Indiana. Like the
that's
Hoosiers
are
like
that's what
one of the biggest college basketball.
Before
names
NIL,
ever.
you'd be honored.
Like Isaiah Thomas,
to wear the warm up, the pinstripe, the red and white.
Yeah,
warm up.
you could be the number one recruit in the country and go to Indiana, and it wouldn't be insane.
Frank Kaminsky.
Yeah, dude, that should have been a March Madness legend. I saw that and I was like, that is a dude who for no reason went to the. Did they go to the finals?
Yeah,
they definitely got to the final four.
Sam Decker.
That was Wisconsin though.
Yeah,
but still, same idea.
Yeah, true.
Like,
Why do I
Those
think Indiana?
schools-
Same colors.
Same colors,
Yeah.
same type of school, but
Cornhuskers.
still, it's like those are really good basketball schools that without NIL, the best players in the country want to go to.
Yeah.
All right, Eve and Mike, you got to lead this next one. I have not been following
Yeah,
close enough.
Sersky.
Sticking to the same
We're also in
topic.
the Final Fours on the women's side. We didn't cover much of this tournament, but we will cover the Final Four. And unfortunately, we didn't get the matchup we were all looking for in the Elite
Not at
Eight
all.
because of this injury. But we had Juju Watkins with a torn ACL, I believe in the Sweet 16, which was just awful to see because we wanted the Paige Beckers versus Juju Watkins matchup that we eventually did see the teams play, but without the main star, the main attraction there. So that was tough to see. There's another thing that happened with the UConn basketball, which Paige Beckers had a 40 ball. The most points by UConn women in the NCAA tournament ever, which is crazy because their lineup of players that they've rolled out. And nobody's eclipsed that 40-point mark, but Paige Beckers did against Oklahoma in the Sweet 16.
Do you know where that ranks on any team ever? 40's got to be pretty far up there.
There was some chick that scored 40 in this tournament.
Oh wow, there's not a lot of time in the game. Like
It's
the
20 minutes.
men's, like De'Aaron Fox, I think set a record at it was either 39 or 49, but it was up there. Like you don't
Yeah.
get really 50 bombs.
No, you really
in
don't.
college.
It's weird that there's only an 8-minute difference, but like the point total, I don't know if it's like, I guess maybe the shot clock makes it a little bit different.
True.
There's
Dude,
less
she's
possessions.
so good though.
Paige.
She's so good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to see if that's like historic.
No, like I said, there's a
In
chick.
NCAA.
She might have been from I forget what school, but she had a 40 ball in like the round of 64 or whatever. But those games are
She a big
ridiculously.
girl?
No.
Yeah.
I saw a big girl cook.
She's
I
coming
forget who
back.
she was playing
Iowa.
for. Iowa. Yeah, 55. O lineman.
Oh, she is a big girl. I know you're talking.
No, you.
Yeah,
that's a big
like
girl.
6'5", 260.
She's got the finesse there. She's
First
got the
team all
touch.
Catholic. Yeah.
This team all Catholic is insane.
So, Abe, we're gonna see a classic UConn South Carolina final. It's like every other year.
I hope so. To be
And
honest with
South
you.
Carolina's kind of gonna get burnt too.
Texas is good this year, though. Texas women are not bad at all. They can give them a run for their money. South Carolina only
I
won
know.
by 2 in the Elite 8
I don't
last
know
game.
enough about Texas either.
South Carolina only won by 2 in the last round, so
I know Texas is
a
underrated
fair ball
program
game.
though too, because like they've been good the last like 3 years, like
they've
a
had
top
some solid
program
teams.
in the country.
They've had some solid
Almost.
teams.
You root for UConn women's also, or just men's?
Not really, just the
You root for
men's.
Texas
but I mean,
or no?
I'll go for Texas 'cause I haven't seen them win yet. I think this is like their first Final Four maybe ever in like so long as they've been in tournament, so long. So
I want my queen to bring the title back home. That's what I want.
All right, let's get our votes in then. Let's see what our
UConn.
matchups are. I'm going UConn over UCLA, and I'm going.
I'm gonna go Texas.
over South Carolina or Carolina?
I'm going Texas.
I want to go Texas, but I want to.
Dawn Staley is so good.
I want to
Yeah, we'll see.
believe in Oklahoma, so I'm going to go South Carolina.
Yeah, I'm gonna go South Carolina too, even though I want Texas to win.
I can't wait to be right next time we come back.
And then as far as
Makes me want to go Texas, kind of.
the final, are we doing the final?
No,
right
no,
now?
no, we'll leave that
predictions?
alone.
Okay.
Nah,
doing
UConn.
Well, yeah, UConn. If you're going to pry it out of me. Anything else you want to cover, either in NCAA basketball, men or women? Or are we chilling?
Being chilling.
All right, we're being chilling. Mike, you put the most of the stuff in here. If you want to,
No, I didn't.
Not for the baseball.
okay.
I really only did.
We can go. We want to go to the MLB opening week.
Yeah, I think so.
Hell yeah! I want to say the first thing because this was really really cool.
Yeah.
But Tyler O'Neill from the Baltimore Orioles has hit a home run on 6 straight opening days, and MLB record now. It's just crazy that he's done this while playing for 3 different teams during the streak, which is crazy as well. But
Yeah.
he gets the job done every single opening day without.
That is nuts. It's so random too, because hitting home runs is not. I mean, sometimes it's purposeful, I guess. If you're that, like I'm gonna try to elevate the ball, but opening day, it's not like you're in a playoff tight position and you're really focused on that. You're just kind of let's just have a good start to the
You're
year.
trying to hit the ball hard.
Yeah, let me just get the ball in play, get my first hit of the year, put it behind me, and
It's
this
going
dude
yard,
drops
bro.
nukes every opening day. I think Trout similarly had a streak of like leading off the All-Star game 3 straight years with a home run.
All the drama of him getting hit by a pitch was. So
Dude, I was
funny.
nervous, bro.
So funny.
Yeah,
I got him on my
he
fantasy
texted me
team,
right
bro.
away.
I was
Team's
so
nice, though.
sick.
It
Nice
is.
player.
Ellie De La Cruz in the 4th round is criminal.
Crazy. Now he's got the Vortex bat.
Yeah, well, that's a great segue because Yankees Vortex
It's
bats.
almost
next
like I did it
the
on
list.
purpose.
He did it on purpose.
Is it cheating?
No.
No,
not cheating.
I just don't.
It's actually not cheating at all. It's actually so not cheating that there's a rule that literally says that you need to disperse a certain amount of wood over the barrel, and they still do it. They just moved it down. That's it. Like it's,
Two things.
It's actually beyond legal.
It's not cheating. That's not one of my things, is it?
No.
It's not. Oh, it's not cheating because there's regulation. But I don't understand how this is just happening now.
Right.
Think about
people are
Formula
smart.
One.
Yeah.
Every single year,
there's like
they change something on the. They look at the rules and they go, okay, let's optimize this vehicle. They uncover the car, and every team is like, oh, well, Red Bull's going to win this year. That's how good. Like that's how much. I mean, the driver obviously matters. I'm exaggerating, but. They are, and I'm sure the NFL is the same way, whether that's helmets or whatever it is. Baseball is such an analytically driven sport. How has this not happened yet? I don't get it at all. That would be so obvious.
I think it's one of those things that it's like the best place to hide is like right under your nose. I think it's one of those things, like just something like you just never like thought about it.
And then the second part about why it's not cheating is because it's not just the Yankees. The Yankees are the most popular team. They have 3 or 4 guys using it. Well, no, they were doing it last year.
Though.
Cody Bellinger, who's on the Yankees, was like the
too.
Cubs gave me a Vortex bat last year. I didn't want to use it. So, but I read a list. Did I read a list? No, I think it was just a dinner with Alex and
Wait,
Jessica.
that's weird though. Really quick, go back to that first. Why would he not want to use it last year, but then this year he's using it?
He's not using it this year.
Probably wasn't
he still doesn't like
with
it.
Yeah.
He plays for the Yankees, but he's like, I still don't want it. The media is blowing this up. There's like 7.
I thought he used it.
There's like 7 different teams that are using it.
But are they as effective as the New York Yankees?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Can't punish
Listen to
them
this,
for that.
though.
It doesn't matter.
No.
They had 22 home runs. They had 22
That's
home runs
because
in
they
the
play in a
first 6
little
games.
league field.
And then Aaron
This sort of
Judge.
reminds me of like the conversation with, I don't know why, but like steroids with Barry Bonds.
Bring him back.
Yeah, but that's
Because
cheating.
You still
I think you're actually thinking of tanking more. I think that's what you're thinking about.
What?
So this whole vortex thing is almost like tanking in the NBA, where like they started putting rules in place during the year to prevent people from tanking to get high draft picks. It's almost like they're talking about doing that for this one almost, where like they want to put rules in to almost be like, oh, well, you can't like move the barrel down; it needs to be up here.
But the regulation already says you can put the wood wherever you want it. It's just
That's what
dumb that
happened.
people haven't done it. What do you mean by steroids, though? I don't get
Just
that.
to confirm, we're talking about the torpedo bats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. No, my thought was more of along the lines of like these players, they're just trying something new. Like I have the opportunity to know like baseball players, and if something's not working, they're gonna try it. You still have to swing the ball, hit the ball, see the ball. It's like Aaron Judge, like why fix something that's not broken?
Judge isn't using it.
Yeah, that's what he said. Why fix something that's not broken? So I don't care. But
Judge
then you have
isn't
Jazz
using it?
Kizum
No.
who's using it. And he's going,
Jazzy.
yeah, I like it. So it's like, and it's been around. This is not the first.
It's
year.
really for people who get jammed because you won't break your bat as easy. It moves the barrel down, and honestly, you don't really hit it hard off the end of the bat ever. I love the idea. I think it's great.
No, they're little
I
dribblers.
probably wouldn't use it.
Yeah. So what's the point?
Just to confirm really quick too.
Yeah.
Not like steroids, right?
No, I was saying like steroids. You still have to be
Definitely
you
just
still have
not
to
like
swing.
steroids, right?
What?
No, because you
I was
still have
making a
to
joke.
swing the
Yes,
bat.
I was making a
Okay,
joke.
yeah.
Steroids is just fully not legal,
Yeah.
and torpedo
Yeah.
bats.
No, I'm
okay.
just
But
saying,
the
it's
point
like
around like
I'm just joking.
you have to hit the ball. I did not know where you were going with that at all, but that does make sense. You still have to make contact with the ball.
I'm just saying for the debaters for that, like Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but
Type of
he
thing.
should
Should
be
be in
the
the
best
Hall
ever.
of
But
Fame.
he shouldn't have done
Whatever, who cares?
steroids.
Let's
He
not
would
get
have been
into
the best
steroids.
if he didn't.
Everybody
do
was
steroids.
doing it.
Yeah. No, but hold on.
I think
also
they should
did
put
they-
steroids back in and regulate an amount they can take.
They-
That's what
But
I
I think they should play like that
Yes.
game you play where you
Slugfest.
punch people in the stomach.
They've done the axe.
That's why it came out, I think.
The axe bat
That's
handles.
why Sammy Sosa was on the cover.
They've
Yeah,
changed the
that's funny.
handles many times. They've changed the grips on bats many times.
Weight,
Yeah, the weight differences, everything.
even the weight of where it's at along the bat.
yeah, exactly.
The only
So
thing that gets me is like not every single player is using it, and that bothers
they
me.
can
Why?
if they
It's a
want to.
choice.
I know, but it's like
Aaron Judge, why would he? He's
it's
still
different
hitting.
than having like your own batting gloves. You're putting tape around
I have a
it.
question.
No,
then.
it's
Yeah.
not.
No, I have a
because it's in
question
the
then. I have a
rules.
No,
question.
come at
Turn
me
your
with
mic that
questions.
Someone like Aaron Judge, then, should he
Yeah.
just not be as good? Like, should we just put rules in to prohibit him from being good? because that's essentially what it is. Just because someone else is using a normal bat is not as good as Aaron Judge doesn't mean these guys that are using a torpedo bat and finding a way to be successful, trying something new.
Well, unless you think it's not a good
doesn't mean they should
thing.
be punished for it. And I'm saying those people are wrong. That's what I'm saying.
I think you're being a bit of a Yankees fan, making it a little personal here.
No, I think
it's pretty.
I pointed out how other teams are using it. I pointed out how Ellie's using it.
No, I know, but like I feel like your analogies are way off base. Like nobody would argue that Aaron Judge should stop being good.
I understand that. I was responding to what Jessica said.
Well, I know, but to look at their torpedo bat and say there's nothing weird about that at all is silly.
It's weird because it's new.
No, it's weird because it looks like it's
like a toy.
There's extra power that moved down, which is essentially what happened. And for 100 years, people have had bats that went like this and then closed at the top.
Yeah, I think you're misconstruing what I'm saying too, because what I'm saying is that just because these other people are using regular bats and not performing as well, it doesn't mean we should.
Well, I wasn't even
make
looking
restrictions
at that way.
on people that are using and performing well.
Is still better than the people using
That's
the
what
bats.
I'm saying.
I think Aaron Judge is still better than people using the bats.
He is.
I'm not even saying from a player, literally like success standpoint. I'm saying it's weird to me that there's something happening. Like it's like if I don't even know how to explain it. It's like I guess there's no other sport besides maybe like a racket sport that really has like this, but like not every player using it is just interesting to me. But I guess like we've been talking about,
because it doesn't
it's
feel like the same
regulation.
tool.
Right, correct. It's
Maybe
like,
I think about it more from a golf perspective, where like you can do a club
I'm
fitting
gonna have to look at it
get
like that.
different like weight in your shaft, get different length
Yep.
shafts, get different weight heads, get different flex heads,
Yeah,
get
that's-
Yeah,
different
that's
degrees.
so that's the
best
thing.
metaphor I
Baseball
have
is
that you
so
can, like, for me.
regulated that
Yeah.
that's kind of what I opened with. Is it's definitely fair and in the rules. I'm just surprised that it is, because you would think that there would be closer regulation on what you can do with the wood and the bat, but there isn't.
They must have just figured it out perfectly.
I think about it just like a golf fitting, because like you go to a
Yeah.
golf fitting and like they'll look at your dispersion, look at your club speed, look at like how your impact, and like they'll adjust it, tune it, like pull the club head back a little bit so it's a little bit more open. Anything that like
but
makes,
they're not. But
makes
they're
your
not.
sweet spot better.
Yeah,
So you hit it more consistently with your swing.
but they're not taking a
rather than
driver
swinging
club
at you.
and making it
Yeah,
4
but
times
in
as
theory,
big.
You can
you know,
choose, like you can choose. To
Yeah, but
hit-
that's not what they're doing.
kind of is.
No.
They're like making it,
Mm.
but the thing would be like, oh, the PGA technically by regulation we're allowed to.
Just don't say bigger then. Say they're.
it is bigger.
No, it's not. They're moving
The
it down.
barrel is bigger. 100%. The sweet spot is bigger, and they take it off of the end because they don't need.
Well,
to
it's
hit
only
off the
bigger
end.
because it's like if you go up the bat, right?
The sweet spot
it's
is now
the
thicker.
bat, it's going to be wider at the top throughout the length of it. But
Sure,
now
like
that's
a regular
just,
bat,
yes,
or it's gonna,
now
like,
that's
even
just
out.
moved down. It's not actually bigger. It's just where it was bigger is moved down.
to the sweet spot.
Yes,
Correct. Not at the end of
but
the
I'm
bat.
saying that's what a club fitting does. They adjust it enough so that way you hit it on the sweet spot consistently with your swing without actually like going to get lessons to improve your swing. That's their goal. It's analytically and scientifically like driven.
Yeah.
Look.
It just looks like it, but like look how much skinnier to your point on like how the top of the barrel is. Like it's not bigger. It's just like unappealing to the eye. It's like a visual.
It's just surprising that the sport has existed for 100 years. And
I
it's
agree
the
with
most
that.
analytically driven. Maybe golf is more because people just don't know. But there's a lot of numbers and spin and all that with golf. Like the Rapsodo that's what pitchers use in a bullpen. Very
Yeah.
similar. And I'm just surprised. Like I can't get my head out of how has this not been done yet. But no, it's not cheating until next year. If they say this was not good for the sport, then take it out.
Also,
think
like
it's
it's such
great
a
for the sport, by
sensitive
the way.
topic.
I love home runs.
I don't know.
It's such a sensitive topic with a baseball player. Like, can you imagine going to a baseball player who's extremely successful and saying, "Why don't you try this bat?" They're gonna be like, "Get out of my face! I've been using this my entire life."
Honestly, as a
That's fine.
pitcher, I would be like,
Right, so you have-
get out of here, you nerd. I would have broken your bat 12 times, but you moved the barrel down, and now your bat doesn't break.
I think it's interesting. I
'Cause
think
you
I should
can't
call
swing.
Dave.
You can't hit
I
an
think we should
inside
bring
pitch.
Dave on.
But now they won't be able to hit an outside pitch with that end of the bat. So it's, But that's
We'll
the thing.
see.
It's like a Volpe, he was getting jammed last year a ton. They just moved the barrel down, or he started using that bat. And so he's potentially going to have trouble with outside pitching this year. But we'll see. But they can't take it out this year, in my opinion.
They shouldn't.
It's in the rules.
They can do what they want. I agree with you that they shouldn't.
I don't think they can.
I think they can do whatever they want. There's owners in MLB.
There's no rules. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they can if it's in the rules.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Would you use it?
What do you think about the Vortex, Ave?
I love it. I like to see more homers.
You would
I like to
use it.
see.
Avery would
I like to
use
see
it.
offense. I would use it
I don't think I would use it.
1,000%.
I would use it
Well,
if I had trouble with
yeah, I was
inside
gonna say, if it-
pitches,
if it
and if I
made
didn't,
sense
I
for
wouldn't.
me,
I
yeah.
don't think it's that
I'm
much
a
better.
Big, like,
I
work
would-
harder, not smarter, and I'd be like, whatever. You guys go cheat.
No, but it's not like a Texzilla where you're getting like. Remember that bat?
Oh, I
you
use it
like
all the time.
actually was they got it got expelled. You could no
Yeah.
longer use it. I don't. It's not that. Like Mike is right. They're just moving the barrel down. It's frustrating because it's really to help you
You know, you
for
said
something you're not good at.
you know how you said I'm biased because like the Yankee side.
Mhm.
I think you're biased because you're the pitcher side.
Maybe, but I feel like the whole time my
Like how
my disagreement with you is just like you're acting like this is totally fine and obvious and there's clearly it's normal and I'm like it's weird, at
Well,
least weird.
Really quick too, it being 100%, 1,000,000,000% totally fine, and it not being normal is like what I'm saying.
Can both be true.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it's not weird. I'm just saying there's like I genuinely don't think it's an opinion. I think if you think it's illegal and you think it's wrong, I think you are in fact wrong. I don't think it's even
Why, but why?
because there's a literal rule describing what you can do.
Okay. That's the right answer. Yeah. But that's a rule that I'm surprised is even exists.
And I agree with that, but that's what makes it
But
weird.
it does. So yeah, I'm with you. Okay.
I would use it 100%. I always smoke.
Enough of the
inside
Vortex
pitches.
bets. Let's talk about the league. The people get the
I
point.
still think you have to be a good player, and I
You do.
think having the Yankees
Well-
have it and hit all those home runs, they're really good hitters. So like it's just
It's an inside pitch thing.
Yeah.
It's gonna help you with inside pitches. It's gonna hurt you on outside pitches. I can promise you that right
Well,
now.
Everyone's going to use it. Ruben was on WIP even this week, and he was talking about how the Phillies already put some orders in them. Everyone's
of
gonna
course
use it.
Alec Bohm already has it. We can watch
Yeah.
when he comes up to bat, and they've been like people had them last year too. We'll see how it goes. I don't really care that much. It's just really interesting.
Let's go to their rivals. How this all started, the Yankees' rivals.
The Sox?
Dodgers?
The Yankees rivals are the Dodgers.
Nah, but I was just
They wish.
the
Who'd they just play in the Fall Classic, though?
Dodgers.
The Dodgers.
They kind of outplayed them, by the way. I know you know that.
Still took the L, though.
They did take the L in 5, 6.
I want to say it was.
Five.
But
Yeah.
last year,
Should have won
Yeah.
5. That's when Aaron Judge dropped the ball in center field.
Yeah,
And Shohei was hurt, too.
That
so
was
they,
the worst
They had a
inning
chance.
of baseball ever.
yeah. Dodgers are 8-0 to start this year, so the first time defending World Series have ever done that. Currently playing the Phillies right now. They were down
They are
1-0.
still.
1-0.
It's still 1-0 to the
because
Phillies are
we're
winning.
good.
Phillies are up.
That was confusing. I mean, I was talking
We're a
about the
good
Dodgers,
team.
but I usually am talking about the Phillies when I say they. Phillies are winning 1-0.
Funny
gotta-
note, Avery, did you see some of the commentary when they're like JT was in the clubhouse and they're like, hey, like, what do you like? They're always like, what do you think about playing the Dodgers? Like, they're undefeated, and like the guys are like, they're just like our guys who are really good at baseball too. They're like JT answered, he's like, I heard no one ever beats them. Like, it's just like really funny to watch. And look, what did Bryce say?
He said, if you're complaining about them, you're a loser. Or something like
Yeah,
that.
well, that was his answer, but.
Yeah, I like that. That's how I feel, too. Like, they spent the money, go out there and beat them, try and beat them.
Yeah.
Do you think
This
this
is a
series is important or not?
No,
Not at all. There's 162 games.
not even kind of
I
important.
think it's important to morale.
No.
It makes you feel good if you win.
Sorry.
If you beat the Dodgers, the world
I
champions.
think for like Citizens Bank Park morale, I'm not sure about the Dodgers because I don't live in LA. Does it matter? There's 1,000 games.
I think it matters not because of morale, but it's
Just
like, are we as
good
good?
enough.
Are we good?
Yeah.
We don't play them
True.
again until September in LA. They're going to win 105 games. I don't think like
I
morale.
don't like that.
Huh?
For like
I
the
don't like
validity of our
Well,
team, of
yeah,
playing a good
I get the
team.
point of what you're
I
trying
mean,
to
we
say.
won our games already, but it's like, I don't think we're a bad team.
But I think any
how,
team right
how are we
now-
going to compete against them?
I think even them being 8-0, I don't think they're
But if the Dodgers
where they're
sweep
at.
us-
I think it's the same thing with us. Even if we get swept,
Mhm.
I don't think that's where we're at.
Yeah, it's a
Come
long
on.
season.
Oh,
No, obviously not
10
come
games
the
in the
end.
season going into
it
120
doesn't
games in
mean-
the season.
Yeah, and last year we had,
160.
what, the
It
best-
doesn't mean.
I know. I'm saying
But
at
the
a,
next
at,
time
a,
we
at,
play
a, at a point
September.
when we're 120 games in,
Yeah.
we're going to be a significantly. I expect us to be a better team than if we get swept by the Dodgers now and are 12 games into the season.
That's the one thing.
I don't
like, that
think it
bothers
matters
me.
about morale or like are we going to be the same team later? But they made off-season moves. We made off-season moves. We're 7-1. They're 8-0. It's like I want to know if we're going to compete with the Dodgers.
You want a
If they
measuring
came in,
contest right now.
I think it matters.
I don't think it matters.
I think it matters for a
Game
measuring
8.
contest.
Yeah, I don't think it's
9.
like this is going to carry this. No, we're going to forget about this series.
That's what I'm
but-
saying.
No, yeah, I agree. I didn't mean
It matters right now.
No, it matters.
It matters
for a
more than if
contest.
we.
That's what
It
he's
matters
saying.
more than last series. It matters more than when we played the Rockies last week.
This is what bothers me.
We should have
though.
beat the
Like,
Rockies.
I don't agree.
We have so many.
We can
games,
disagree. Yeah.
and they all like almost don't matter until we get like to that one stretch. And it's like now it starts to matter.
But it's like
It
any
makes me mad
sport.
watching
It's
I don't
like,
think the Dodgers are ever going to impact us enough that we're going to go and land the season. And if we get swept, we're going to be like, if we didn't get swept by the Dodgers.
no, but it's not about if we didn't get swept by the Dodgers, we're not making the playoffs. That's not at all what I mean. We're the two best teams in the NL, and it's like, are we really, or is it just the
Yeah,
Dodgers are the
it's
best
the
team
same,
and they're going to
yeah.
win 5-0, 7-2, and 11-4?
Which could happen.
I have an interesting question.
If that happened, I would be pissed. I'd be like, oh, we're not legit.
For like the Dodgers side, and like just focusing solely on the Dodgers side,
Mhm.
was the Yamamoto outing like
When he was
surprising you? Because like you look at Ichiro who comes over, you look at Ohtani who comes over. I'm pretty sure Hideki was the same way. Drawing a blank on a few, but like these guys like come from that same culture kind of, and they come over and they're composed and like they just do what
the job.
they've done, and
Yeah.
like they just do it like nothing changed. Like they're not in them like. Basically, like they're just playing anywhere else. Where
Mhm.
like you look at Yamamoto comes over and he's like known for throwing strikes, painting corners, being this guy that even is accurate with his off speed. Just missing the strike zone left and right. Like I'm pretty sure like what was it, 3 innings pitched? Like
He's pitching right now.
it really surprised me. In that
Yeah,
first outing.
I think he's fine.
I'm not saying he's not fine.
I mean,
either.
you
He's-
name, there's Yu Darvish and Daisuke Matsuzaka, who are other like great Japanese players. But like we really are picking, like we just ran through the top 5 Japanese players ever, so it's tough to be like, yeah, they came in, they were great. Yamamoto, I think, is like 3rd or 4th in Cy Young odds this year. So Vegas thinks he's going to be fine. I think he's great. I mean, he's sitting in the hundreds.
Isn't he super young as well? Like 23?
Yeah, I mean, he's 23 or 4. That Roki Sasuke is even younger. who
Okay.
They have,
And he's
they have
pitching
3
better.
Japanese starting pitchers now. They have Shohei, Roki, and
But Mike,
What's
on like
Yamamoto's
a different
first
note, I
name?
feel like Japanese
Yoshinobu.
players are so good that like I trust
Yoshi.
them. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Like I totally trust if he's like, I got it. I'd be like, all right.
And I think like their cultures kind of like
Yeah.
show that too. Like you're supposed to be like calm, cool.
Well, Luke, did you
collected, and,
ever
like-
play Japan?
Loved
or you
it.
Did you play Korea?
played
Being
Japan 5 times.
See,
They're so good, and they were so
so
fun
nice.
to lose to.
Oh,
We won the last game on a walk-off. It was huge.
really? That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I guess Japan. That's
So
a
those
huge
Taiwan.
one.
Yeah, it was their B team, but they were still
Oh.
way better than
Yeah.
Like I wasn't playing Ichiro, but they were like pro. They were from the Japanese
Yeah.
pro league. Yeah, they were good.
I feel like Japan and like the Dominican. Those are my 2 hot spots of where would I create a team from?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
USA actually.
Hit
And
right
who
the
else?
nail in the
Cuba.
Cuba.
Right. Go for
Yeah, I
pitchers.
need Yasiel Puig on my team.
The interesting part
Crazy
about the
horse.
Dodgers too, actually, really quick, is like there was a few games there where they weren't even like dominating, winning for a while. Like there was a few games there where they were down a few runs.
They were down 5-0 last game,
like-
and they came back. Shohei walk off. We don't lose.
They're
That's
like-
the thing.
Yeah, they're like the definition of a good team. It's all saying in the book is that a good team's
To
find a
be
way
fair,
to
the
win.
Phillies
They were so
started
much
for the
balanced.
They're a
first time
great
in
team.
history not scoring any runs in like the first few innings.
Did you?
Just saying.
I don't
What
know
was
what you
that?
just said.
Darn it.
One more time.
Do you know what the Dodgers over under and wins is this year?
123.
Dude, are you okay?
The fact that you started with triple digits off the dome is already crazy.
I was gonna go 98-ish.
106.
Wow.
Yeah, I've
So-
never seen it like maybe 102. Man,
I was gonna go 98-ish, and then I was like, nah. I mean, you wouldn't be asking me this question if
Yeah.
it wasn't like triple digits. So
Yeah.
then in my head, it's funny enough, I was thinking 102.
I think
That's
the-
crazy that it's
yeah.
106.
The record is like 109. I forget.
I mean, this
how-
has to be one of the best teams in generational talent.
But to put the line in like 106.
I mean, look at their team.
Yeah.
That's like when Saquon was getting
Right.
hit with like 150.5 rushing yards
Yeah.
lines.
And this is the team we'll eventually need to beat to make it to the World Series. So I think it's
Yep, and it
relatively
still doesn't matter
important.
because there's only 12 games in. All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
I
not
think
saying
it's still
it
April.
holds weight. I'm just saying it matters. Like I care about winning this game.
I still think
All right.
personally for morale it matters. Like
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
like
No,
not
not
being-
It doesn't
morale.
matter at all.
Yeah,
It'd be
but
fun
I mean,
to
like,
win.
Game doesn't matter
I'm
even
talking
now.
from a fan standpoint, not from a
If this
statistics
crushes you as
standpoint.
a fan,
No,
grow
but
up.
I'm saying it's
Well,
fun.
we'll
I
be
know.
Philly
There's
fans.
so
but-
many games, and for me
Correct.
to know that we're playing the Dodgers, like it's like, yeah, I want to watch tonight.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's more exciting. But if we get swept, it's like, whatever.
But I like when we like don't like the Mets.
Sure. But the Dodgers are not that because the Mets, I would imagine you would argue, would be a more important series because it does have an outcome
Yes.
on our playoffs.
Exactly. Then when we play Mets at the end of April, it matters more because to your point that you said about the Dodgers, those are the kind of series that way you're like, if you get swept, you look back and you're like, shit,
Yeah.
we
That
lost by
hurt
2
a lot.
games. If we would have won these, we would have won our division.
It's like
Correct.
when you miss the field goal, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Not too much. Well, there's so much we could talk baseball, but I don't want to let it linger so far. Phillies are also doing well. We alluded to. Major thing there is the Schwarber and Turner switch up. I don't know if it's sustainable. I don't know why it wouldn't be, but I don't hate it
understand
when
that.
lefties start. Turner
I don't
leads
like
off.
it.
I don't understand.
Can I
that.
say why I
Like
don't
you
like
don't
it?
understand it at all. I can
Yeah.
explain it. Okay, because righties hit lefties better and lefties hit righties better because you see the ball longer from the opposite side and just the trajectory is easier. Generally, the ball is coming in towards you, whereas when it's righty righty or lefty lefty, the ball is always falling away from you, which is just harder to get a barrel on. So when Turner's right-handed and Schwarber's left-handed, so obviously the bullpen changes things up because you can throw in a lefty or a righty or a lefty or a righty. They do have to face 3 batters though, so
Yeah.
going back and forth is strategic these days. It used to not really matter, but essentially what they're doing is they're putting more right-handed bats at the front of the lineup by going Turner, Harper, Bohm, Schwarber against the lefty, so that no matter what, Harper's lefty, but they don't really care. And Bohm, the 2 righties, they're gonna hit off that left-hander a lot. And then JT's gonna be 5th, and then Castellanos, righty. Then when it's a right-handed pitcher, they're gonna go Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Bohm, so that those left-handed guys are first at bat and third, and then somebody like Marsh may be further up in the lineup than he deserves to be, or Stott, because he's lefty, and so it's still he hits righties as a lefty better than a right-hander hits righties,
Gotcha.
even if overall the batting average doesn't show that. So that's why that happens on the field.
But isn't that super unconventional?
The only thing that would like be annoying is if like Harper really is comfortable batting third and he's got to go from second to third, second to third,
back and
second to
forth,
third
yeah.
every time, but ultimately, I don't know. You get in the flow of the game, and
I don't think you can as much though. That's
it's
why I
definitely
don't
not
like
the
it.
same.
Because
But like it's Schwarber batting 4th is great in many situations.
I like him batting too, honestly too.
Yeah, or second and move Harper to 4th, but I don't.
I don't
You
even
wanna
like
see
Harper
Harper
at
in the-
3.
yeah.
He needs a bat in the first inning. He's not going to be
Yeah.
outside of the top 3.
Yeah, but that's why Schwarber leads off is because they don't
The
want
other
to put lefty.
the other
lefty.
night they did Schwarber, Turner, Harper,
boom,
boom.
because they were facing a righty.
Yeah, just flip those 2. That's all right. I think just always give it to him because I don't think Trey can ever get in a comfortable position leading off or like a rhythm of leading off when he's constantly getting
It's a different
switched around.
mindset.
Yeah,
right?
it feels different. I mean, because
Depends
you want
who
your
you are, of
leadoff
course.
guy to see. Yeah, Mike doesn't really care.
Just
But
give me a bat.
leadoff guy, you
Just
just
give me a
like
bat.
Ball
want-
get here, hit ball.
Yeah, you want to see pitches just so you want to get on base because Trey ultimately is a great base running threat. Now he's a great hitter, so it's less important for him to see pitches maybe. But historically, like Juan Pierre or Scott Pazednik, they're not great hitters, but they're so good on the bases that it's like work the count, foul off pitches, and he'll walk you eventually. And then a walk is a triple almost because you steal the bases. So
Or a run on the single, like it was the other night. for
right,
us.
exactly. Scoring on a double from first, all that stuff. So baseball's been exciting. We don't want to spend so much time on it. Braves are 0-7. We'll leave that there. I don't know if they are still, but they were 0-7.
They're
Only
0
I'll
7
say
still.
they're
still
Looked it up.
0-7,
Yeah, I had to
great.
confirm that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Only thing there is they don't have Acuna and Strider yet either, though.
Yeah, they still have injured players. They should
So.
be back end of April, early May. So they'll probably turn things around. No 0-7 teams ever made the playoffs. So if you want to put money on the Braves, I
Do it now
Yeah, because
because they'll probably make.
they're going to get better. Cool. Okay. A lot of other cool baseball things. Ellie De La Cruz is going crazy.
I should have cashed out.
You didn't
National
cash
scored.
out? You
It's
let it
at
ride?
yeah, it's at 300, 380 now.
They're going to beat the Nats, bro.
We'll continue to cover baseball. It's a long season. Mike alluded to it a couple times already. 160 games. We'll cover all the teams eventually. Let's talk NBA because I believe we're entering the last week of the NBA.
It's like 5 or 6 games left. So, yeah, there's maybe
Okay.
like a week and a half or so left.
Playoff push, relatively same position as we've been
Yep.
talking about. Same conversation with this freaking MVP thing. Jokic is balling out of his mind, but somehow MVP is still Shane Gilgeous-Alexander.
It's not, but
I mean, I don't think it is. I think it's Jokic, but
I hate MVP awards across all sports now. It's so bad.
But he's 13 games better than the Nuggets, maybe more.
MVPs across all sports are so bad now. It's never the most valuable player. It never is. It's always the guy that's best that year. It's the Player of the Year award. It is never an MVP.
The problem is the people that vote on it. That's why.
Yeah, 100%. Because
just
there's, I mean, we've said it plenty of times in this pod, and I know I've sent them plenty of times because I think he's the MVP 100%. Jokic. I got to start sending them to you too. How many times do I send you Jokic stats?
Yeah.
Like, they're insane.
A lot of his stats are things that have never been done or haven't been done since Will Chamberlain. So it's like, he's doing something.
Well, and you want to say like he's not defensively efficient, and maybe he's not great at defense, but he's
Not bad at
he's
it.
top 5 or top 3 in steals, I think, per game. I mean, he's stealing the ball off his centers, so they're not great at dribbling. But
He's got great IQ.
but he's still a center, so he's guarding his position. Ultimately, I think I'd have to give it to Jokic this year. Almost a 30-point triple-double on average, which is insane. I mean, did Russ do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Russ did that. But he's crazy. I mean, Russ is underrated.
I was going to save this for my 2-minute drill, but this is a fun stat because we're at it now.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that Jokic and Russell Westbrook, they account for 361 triple-doubles in NBA history. That accounts for 10% of all triple-doubles in NBA history.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be way higher than that. I thought it was going to be like 60%.
I mean, 10% out of all the triple-doubles in history is insane.
That is ridiculous.
It is.
The league's been
Only
around for
between
like
2
100
guys
years,
on the same team.
Yeah, it feels like a newer thing. Well, but it's not because Oscar Robertson was doing it years and years and years ago. Not going to win MVP, but slept on as having an unreal season is Giannis. He's obviously third in the MVP voting, I think, in my opinion. He just did.
With Dame now willing the Bucks to win.
It was the first time it has ever happened, which I was surprised because I was like, I thought Jokic did this, but it was the 20 assists that made the difference. Right. Jokic had the 20 rebounds, but 35, 15, and 20. I think it was 17 and 20, but never been done before against our homegrown Philadelphia 76ers, which isn't all that surprising. Who's going to stop Giannis?
It's not really that special with the injuries that we have, but numbers
it's a
are
pro
crazy.
game.
Yeah.
I've been saying that team was going to stink since we signed Paul George. I've literally said how bad we were going to be every day they get brought up the day we signed Paul George.
Well, yeah. We were pretty skeptical about his age, but I don't think anyone saw it being this bad. Maybe you, but I didn't see it being this bad. But no one's playing is the thing. Yes, Embiid's out, but George
Embiid's
is also out.
Maxey's
Maxey's out.
Yeah.
The Jared McCain's out, and like when
we didn't even expect Jared McCain to have the season that he's having, and then
I don't
he was
think
great for a little bit.
So if you say we were between 5th and 7th seed right now, do you think the city would hate Embiid as much as they do? Like if he could come back to play the playoffs?
Was he playing every game?
No. It's like same season for Embiid. He played 17 games.
I would.
I know.
I mean,
you would.
There would just be no hope. Like this is just another wasted season.
I hate.
But no, but he's coming back this week.
Doesn't matter.
But like
he's not
in and out the
anymore.
lineup, and he looked how he looked the whole season. Like he's not going to carry.
Oh,
us
I'd
in
be
the playoffs.
excited for the playoffs. I think.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I would be.
It'd be the same old story. Which
I was out on that dude when he said he wasn't playing back to backs. I was done. I actually said trade him. I would trade him for.
That was not his decision.
I would have traded him for Lint.
We should have traded him. Maybe we should call the Mavs because they're willing to take an injury-prone big man.
What's up, big dog?
We would have taken Luka. We would have given you more.
I would have given a lot more.
Yeah. What else is going on in basketball? Did I miss anything?
We got the LeBron James, Stephen A. Smith.
No, keep going.
Yeah.
I'm so done with that. I hate Stephen
Is it
A.
real?
so much.
I don't even.
Dude, it's just like so.
You know how big of a clown show it is?
Sensationalized.
That Stephen A. on SportsCenter on First Take said that he would have swung on LeBron on site. That's how big of a clown show that is.
He said he would have lost after.
He would have got picked up and just held in the air like a little puppy.
Like Darth Vader.
Yeah, just held in timeout. That's what would happen to Stephen A. He needs a reality
We
check.
got Memphis Grizzlies fire their head coach. They were sitting in 5th place in the West when this happened, and they went and fired their head coach, Taylor Jenkins.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say here the coach is not the problem in Memphis.
Honestly, they're doing pretty well. Though.
They
And the Western Conference
overperform
is
every
really
year
good.
and without Ja.
Yeah. Well, John's not. He's just been like injured, like in and out the lineup.
And they
He's not as
overperform
good
without
as
him.
he's-
But okay, Jaren Jackson. I don't know if does Desmond Bain still play for
Yeah,
them.
Baines. Yeah. Baines,
Okay,
yeah.
I don't
Jaren
know another
Jackson,
player.
Santi Adama. They've got
Nope.
yeah.
Is
They've
he
got some
center, right?
names. Yeah. I can't name anybody.
Desmond Bain's
and
nice.
so how are you firing the coach?
I have
So
no
I
idea.
was actually literally
read
talking
into
about
it
this
at
at
all.
work with people. In my opinion, I don't think it should happen during the year. You're not getting me wrong. I think it should happen after the year. But I think a lot of people read into the coaching firings a lot, where I think it's like even if you're a really great team who wins a lot, right, and you go to the conference championship, the NFC championship, like whatever sport it is, whatever you go to any kind of divisional championship, and you continue to lose there, if you can't get past that over like a few years, it's
I totally see that.
time
And,
for some change.
Like the Warriors moved on from Mark Jackson
Yeah.
after a 55-win season. People went, "What are you doing?" And then they won 4 championships. with
and I
Steve
think
Kerr.
it's the same thing.
Totally get you. But what on the Grizzlies roster is telling you that they deserve anything close to
In
the
this Western
success that
Conference as well.
they've had?
Jared Jackson's like the best power forward in the game right now, maybe
Okay.
behind Jason Tatum. Desmond Bain's really good too, and when John Moran plays, he's great.
He's okay. Well, he's
No, he's
more than
great.
okay, but he's not as good as people. Like he's very inefficient, and he's like 24. He's 24 a game, not 28. Like LaMelo
24 is
Ball
not
has better
bad.
stats than
Yeah.
On a worse team though.
And has
Worse
to do
team.
more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Facts.
Ja Morant-
Hornets are like the worst team. in the league right
What's
now.
their shoot? I
Second.
bet they shoot the same amount.
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay.
Shots taken per game. LaMelo Ball versus John Morant.
Yeah,
There's no shot.
and ball in hand. Generally speaking, like they're both the player for that. Well, Jaren Jackson's better.
The other cool thing, I guess, why
Regardless.
you look into that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I still don't like the firing. It's like the Raptors one is another good one for you. Maybe.
Casey.
Yeah, Dwayne Casey fired him. Bring in Nick
Coach
Nurse.
of the year they fired.
Coach
him.
of the year
Yeah.
firing. Yeah, I don't. I mean, it worked.
That
Yeah,
one was a
right.
different
How often does it
situation,
work?
Too, but, I mean, apparently way more than we're saying because we just named 2 right
Two,
away.
Yeah, that's it though.
But that was quick. That was easy. I'm sure if we
And
thought
there's
about
two
it a little
championship
bit.
winning teams as well.
St. John's.
That is a funny thing. But yeah, during the season is strange, especially when you're
Villanova.
doing this well in the Western Conference as
Duke.
it is, which is so good. But John Morant, he still can't stop the
that
hand
often.
gestures. So he was warned for his first
It's
offense.
so funny, dude.
And then he did it again the next night.
Yeah.
No, he did it day up.
Oh, what do you mean?
He got a morning, like an hour before, 2 hours before his game,
Yeah.
and he did the one like he got warned
finger
2 hours ago,
Yeah.
and he said like, that guy just can't help
Run
himself.
it. He cannot help himself at all. He just loves spending his money paying the.
It's
the
just gonna, it
fines.
just hurts his team because it is gonna lead to another suspension. if he keeps doing
100%.
it.
Yeah, I think he got fined like $75K, which is nothing but like
Which then I brought up the point too, like maybe that's why the coach got fired because it's just
you
it's,
can't control John
Yeah,
Morant.
can't control his players.
Yeah,
Maybe.
No respect. You got to go.
I guess so. But that
They need a Coach Carter
wild.
there. That's what they need.
They need to put John Morant on timeout, bro.
Coach Carter would have none of it.
Nah, not at all.
That's a funny storyline, but another cool one is I think it's funny that the Pistons are starting to get back to being like the bad boys.
The bad boys,
again.
yeah, they're rumbling in the jungle.
Even the coaches
Isaiah
are like getting into
Stewart,
it.
though.
Hated
Isaiah
him.
Stewart,
Yeah, I
like,
hate him.
I don't think he wants to play basketball.
No.
I think he wants to be a boxer.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a villain.
he really is.
He loves being a villain. He's like a better Dylan Brooks. He's better than
more
Dylan Brooks.
aggressive. Like
Is
he
Dylan
actually
Brooks-
throws punches.
Like I am so out on Dylan Brooks. It's unreal. But is he like
He's
Houston's
cooking.
good?
Yeah, they're like the 3 seed in the West right
And
now.
it's all Jalen Green and
Thompson.
yeah.
But I can't. I don't
Jalen
believe in
Green's so
Houston.
good.
I don't think I believe in Houston yet. But I was surprised
And
that
Fred,
I mean, you
don't
kinda
forget
have-
Fred Van. Yeah, they got all like the
You
misfits.
kind of have to believe in Houston. Like
Dude,
they've done it
Ime
all year.
Udoka
It's like
just
the
a good
Cavs.
coach.
It's like saying you
Exactly.
don't believe in the Cavs.
and I don't.
That's
Ime
crazy.
Udoka. Oh, another coach that got
can't
fired.
find it.
Udoka.
Yeah.
Udoka got fired, and then Celtics won. But he got fired by his own doing. That's the only thing.
Right,
But he still got fired. It still fits the narrative.
Yeah.
so it works out all the time. So the moral of the story is if you're successful,
Fire
you're not
good
winning,
coach.
fire your coach, the
Fire
next one will
coach.
win.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I was wrong.
Last bit of NBA news.
It's a good firing.
We will sit on is
Yeah, this is-
Barmelo Xanthony
Yep.
is getting inducted into this Hall of Fame class. Awesome. Let me read off some stats for you. 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, NBA member of the NBA 75th anniversary team, one-time scoring champ, and all-rookie first team. He could have been the rookie of the year, but the chosen one was in his class, and he did not win that award.
Yeah.
All-time great player.
All-time great player. I was not a fan of his when I was younger, like when he was in Denver. I don't know, just because it wasn't obviously not rivalrous, but like, I don't know. I think I would play All-Stars. Like I would play the All-Star game a lot into East versus West. And I always pick East because I want to play with Iverson or whatever Sixer made the team.
I always picked West. I always wanted to play with Kobe.
Yeah, most people picked West because
Paul.
It was better, and like Garnett and Nowitzki, it was a better team.
Chris
Shaq,
Duncan,
all of it. Yeah, Duncan. Anyway, Carmelo Anthony was on the West, and he would always cook me. But I feel like I don't know if everybody did. I underrated him slightly. And then the only reason I say that, as far as overall impact to basketball, like I kind of put him in a realm of like great player. He like.
Do you think he gets a little bit of a pull from being LeBron's boy?
No, maybe I think he gets downgraded. Maybe like
it was
I put him like maybe a Chris Paul kind of guy, or even Paul Pierce.
He's better than Paul Pierce.
Better than Paul Pierce.
Sure, but I think they're both in like. Great players.
Talk about overrated.
Who?
Paul Pierce.
Really?
I don't think he's overrated. I think he's
the truth.
Properly rated. Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll have to look at it.
Carmelo, what he did in college as a freshman, insane.
Yeah.
Rookie year,
insane.
Rookie of the month every single month. Still didn't win, but so was LeBron. Then all-time score. Like you look at his highlight, not just like because I watched him more in New York, I would say, and not he was great. But the way he was dunking on people when he was younger, kind of like a Ray Allen situation where it's like, oh, I didn't realize how well he was before. Yeah. Well, J.R. Smith was banging it his whole career pretty much.
Not like when he was younger, though, in the Nuggets.
Yeah,
Holy
you're right.
moly.
Yeah. But
just taking the worst shots known to man.
Yeah, and then obviously, as you mentioned, in New York was his real prime. And it was like, this dude was nasty. Bro. Like, I don't know. I just didn't give him the respect at the time. But he was nasty. Unreal.
He just could score the ball, but like he never got it done in the playoffs. But partly because LeBron was over there, and you had the Celtics teams that were great. Like there was a lot to get through. And I wouldn't say like he had really a co-star next to him in New York.
Stoudemire, maybe.
Yeah, for a couple years.
But Stoudemire was better in Phoenix. But still, like no one else after that. They had like Raymond Felton as his point guard.
As his PG, yeah.
Steve Novak.
Yeah.
Steve Novak.
Yeah.
Landry Fields.
Yeah, come on, man.
Did he cross paths with?
I think Derek Fisher was there for a little bit too.
Probably, yeah.
Did he get Marcus Camby while he was there or no?
Maybe.
I don't know. Let's throw him in there. Tyson Chandler.
Nate Robinson.
Tyson Chandler was definitely there.
Yeah, Nate Robinson.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
But these aren't guys getting you over the top.
Good for Carmelo. He's definitely a Hall of Fame guy.
Dude, one thing I saw like on Twitter, people were like they were like, "Is he a first ballot Hall of Fame?" I was like, "Absolutely."
Yeah, and his Olympic stuff.
Yeah, he's a 3-time Olympian.
He's like the best Olympian ever.
KD.
Oh, he was though.
Yeah, before KD. Yeah.
Dude, I saw this thing and it was like LeBron's whole career is 3 Hall of Fame careers.
Mm-hmm.
That's what talking about this is.
Like Brady. Brady has that.
Yeah,
too.
it's so crazy to think about. That could be a different topic because that could go on for forever.
Brady has it like in his 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Yeah,
that's even like
it's
LeBron's.
insane.
You kind of have to pick where you want to cut it.
Well, just team wise.
Cavs, Heat, Lakers, all Hall of Fame careers.
Yeah.
All right, enough basketball. We'll get to playoff seeding when that's finalized. Who? Let's go NBA champ though before we get to playoffs.
Sheesh. Celtics out the East. Out the West.
A bit of a run though.
You'll have your time, Mike.
Out the West.
Just kidding.
I don't think OKC gets it done this year. Houston, no.
OKC doesn't get it done, Ski?
No.
Dude, I low-key think the Lakers. I really do. I think if you get LeBron.
Whoa, were you
okay, yeah.
Give me the Nuggets.
Thought he was about to go crazy.
Yeah, give me the Nuggets here.
Nuggets versus Celtics?
Yeah, Nuggets versus Celtics.
And
I'm
who
going to
wins?
go with. I think the Celtics run it back.
Mike? Or I'll go if you want me to go first.
I mean, I think it's got to be the Celtics. I think the Bucks will give them a little bit of a run.
Fire the Cavs head coach.
Cavs, I think, are going to do better. I think they're going to do better than like what we're.
They'll go 7 with the Celtics.
Yeah, I feel like we keep doubting them too, and it's just like they keep doing it.
But are they the Toronto Raptors?
Donovan Mitchell.
They won eventually.
Yeah, and I also think they're better. I think
year.
they're better than what the Raptors were their regular season.
But do they have a Kawhi dog? Like they can just
Donovan Mitchell's kind of been a dog.
Donnie's good.
He's good, but
Garland's good.
He's never been out.
Clippers
of
are going to be a team to look
second
out
round
for
of
too.
playoffs.
Now that
So
they're
you got
healthy.
Boston. Who you got in the West?
Lakers.
And who you got winning?
Lakers.
The Lake Show.
I'm with
Luka
Mike.
Doncic.
I don't know who's winning. I think I'm gonna go.
Dude, I think Luke is so hot right now.
I think I'm gonna go exactly what Mike said. Lakers, Boston, Lakers win. Because I think
I don't know
LeBron
about
gets
LeBron's
5,
health,
Luka
though.
gets 1. I love LeBron's health.
I was gonna say if I trust anyone's health, I trust LeBron's
He's
health.
not been the same since he came back. The Lakers, their last 10, they're like 5-5.
I believe.
But I mean, they've got JJ Redick out
If this
there.
was anyone else, they'd be like, "Hey, they're 5-5. He's just getting back into the groove after getting back." If it was anyone else, but because it's LeBron, he's the best player ever. We have to say,
Yeah,
I
Abe,
don't
why are
know.
you disrespecting LeBron?
You got to give him some slander.
True.
Can't put him up on his high horse all the time.
Yeah. Dikembe Mutombo. All right, Ave.
Yeah.
I know you've been waiting a full week and some change to announce this.
Yeah, it was kind of announced. The rumor was out there that this may happen, and it did. So Yuki Tsunoda is going to replace Liam Lawson's seat in the Red Bull. So he's going to be the number 2 to Max Verstappen. And it's actually his homecoming race. They're racing in Japan this weekend, which is really, really cool. Really excited for him. I want to see what they can do.
Is he not notorious for crashing?
He's a little reckless, yeah,
Okay.
and he's a little spaz, but he's a really good driver. He's pretty young. They think they have a good driver behind Verstappen to kind of get reins in this car because Liam Lawson has struggled through the first 2 or 3 races, and they made the change. I mean, the car that it's actually like a full swap. So Liam Lawson's taken Yuki Tsunoda's old seat, and then the vice versa. So I mean, we'll see. It's the home race.
Is
so-
that you think that's enough to push Red Bull over? I mean, I know it's early in the season, so we don't know how much of a difference Yuki is again, like versus Liam. Like Liam has a couple bad races and boom, sent to AAA. But
I think it's the car.
I don't know how much more of an improvement Yuki is.
I think just Max Verstappen can only drive this car at the moment. I mean, it's a long.
sensitivity's too high. Actually, that's
The
how it
player
works.
difficulty is too high.
Funny.
But I think Max Verstappen can only drive this car at the moment. But it is a long season, and they have a lot of time to figure this out.
Yeah.
And I hope it works out. But you never really know.
Aston Martin looks locked in though. I think they're still gonna I don't think this pushes Red Bull. My favorite start in the year was gonna be, not Aston Martin, McLaren. Yeah. I don't think this pushes Red Bull as favorites over them. Even though Verstappen's the best driver, he may win on points. I think McLaren is the stronger team still. I don't think this changes that.
Yeah. I would say even Ferrari is good. So is Mercedes. Actually is pretty solid. They got a rookie driver in Antonelli.
Is George the other driver
And
there?
and George is still there. So I mean, there's a couple constructors that are formidable opponents this year, and
More competitive than it's been in recent years.
Yeah. It's way more fun this way too when you don't know who's going to win every single Sunday. But Japan Sunday, be there.
I will be. Do you want to mention that last piece, or are we moving on to golf?
Nah, because it's not. Yeah, we can move on to golf here.
All right, Michael, talk dirty to us.
The match is right around the corner. Not this weekend. It's going to be the following weekend. Can't believe Alex is having his bachelor trip on that this weekend. It's kind of crazy. It's
He's
kind of inconsiderate.
couldn't be a more clueless human being.
It's fair. It's lucky guy though.
Walks up the stairs blind and somehow makes it to the suite level.
This one's interesting because I feel like a lot has changed. Like last year it was it's going to be Scotty 100%. But Scotty just has not played Scotty Goff by any means this year.
Is that a LeBron type of thing or?
To an extent. But he's finishing top 20.
Okay.
Which it's tough because you're oh yeah, you never expect him to win as much as he's won. The only person that's done that is Tiger.
Yeah.
That's it. So it's hard to compare him to anything like that. Arizona Diamondbacks just went up too. That's awesome. I love life.
Huge. That's why you don't cash out.
Yep. Sorry about that, but yeah. So it's hard to judge it off that, but top 20 is
Still great.
no.
Not for Scotty, but
That's what I'm saying.
In the world, yeah, exactly. That's why I asked the LeBron thing. But top 20, I mean, you're a pro, you're Scotty. You want to be top
That's
10
the tough
every
part.
time.
Because you're Scotty. So
Yeah.
you should get in there.
But even McElroy, if we were he can't break, or he's hovering around 10 to 20 every tournament, we'd be okay, he's.
You'd be Roy's not playing good golf.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's which is crazy,
Yeah.
but you would say that.
Yeah.
But that kind of leads me to the next point. Rory's playing great golf right now.
Yeah.
He just won the Players, which is a mini major, it's
Large
such a big
dom
event.
golf,
Yeah,
too. Not only just good, he's cutting corners
Yeah.
and he's making it.
and he's just hitting drivers so well, and even at the Players on day 1 and 2, he was kind of hitting a pole and At the players, it's really hard to hit out of a rough. Like, it's almost like a punch shot every time. Like, you're only hitting like 150 yards
Love
max,
punch
probably.
shots. Almost the only shot I can hit consistently.
But he like put in the work, and like he showed that he can figure it out and like get to that finish line still. Like, that's why he won the players, because he had an amazing day 3 and day 4, which is like incredible. Which also kind of gets me to the next point here, and I'm a little biased here because JT is my favorite golfer, and I think Justin Thomas has a really big year this year already. Like, people kind of were giving him a lot of flack last year because he made the Ryder Cup, and a lot of people were saying, or 2 years ago, I'm sorry, when they were saying that he made the Ryder Cup because Jordan Spieth and him are the best match play. So like Jordan made it, that's the only reason why he made it. And it's almost like he's kind of been on a warpath kind of since then, like trying to improve. I mean, this year he has multiple top 10 finishes. He's only played in 8 events, and 50% of that he's been in the top 10. So like he really has a chance this weekend, and like to make that Ryder Cup push for coming up this summer, I think this is like a really big event. Like, this kind of puts his stamp on it to say, hey, like, I'm here and I'm ready to compete in the Ryder Cup, especially after Europe kind of whooped our ass 2 years ago. I think he wants to win it for the country, and he's trying to prove that by playing well.
Yeah, he captains Europe, right? Rory?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was like, Justin Thomas. I was like, what?
No, sorry. I was stuck on the
American.
Rory. But the Ryder Cup is exciting. Does JT or does who captains America, or does it switch so much because there's a lot of good American golfers?
Well, so like captain among the players is like Rory, and like it'll be someone else. But
Scotty.
like among the
I
players,
feel like JT's
among
done
the
it
players,
before.
but
I
there's
have,
like
an image of
captains. So the
them.
way the Ryder Cup works is the top 5 ranked golfers in the world go. That's automatic. 1 through 5 go. The captain, Keegan Bradley, who does not play in any events at all, he's the captain. He's there to basically be a coach. Gets 5 captain picks. So he can pick any 5 that he thinks should go. Europe is the same one. I forget who. Oh my God, it's someone big. That's gonna.
But they also don't play.
It's just, yes, it's the same exact
Okay.
thing, and they're the captains.
Okay. For whatever reason, I feel like Rory is like on field
He's a
captain
loser.
for whatever.
Just so like everyone knows.
You don't
that,
like
too.
Rory?
I liked Rory until the last Ryder Cup.
He's been complaining since Live, I feel like.
Since the last Ryder Cup, there was an instance on the green where U.S. made a huge putt, and it was to win, basically put the pressure on Rory on a long putt. He had to make it to keep the match alive.
Mm-hmm.
And USA was celebrating like they do in the Ryder Cup. Ryder Cup's very electric. People are into it. They're yelling. Like, even the players, they're fist pumping on the green.
Not your
yelling.
normal golf event.
By any means. It's actually more live-like.
It's like Live, yeah, I was gonna say, it's like Live golf.
But times 10 on steroids. And the caddy, I'm pretty sure it was Patrick Hanley's caddy, was not happy. And he was like in the way of the hole, and Rory was not happy. He starts yelling at him and all this stuff. And this whole drama thing happens. And like Rory's like speeding out of the parking lot like a little baby.
I remember
like,
that.
Dude, he
Yeah.
lost. Like, get over it. I don't know. It's like ever since then, it's just anyone else would have done that in that moment. Him as well would have done that in that moment. So to make a big deal out of it, it's like done.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Rory complaining, honestly, since Live Golf started. And he's been playing well recently, which is maybe getting him back in the media with some fandom. But he also started playing poorly and was complaining.
I think there's just the match is going to be interesting this year because obviously it's like the biggest golf tournament, but there's a lot of people that can make a.
Is DeChambeau playing in the Masters?
Yes.
And I saw it, but you sent me something too about like his age and his
yeah, it was some statistics. I forget what it is too.
Like,
I know he posted
you've won
it.
X amount of. You have this
Yeah, it
many
was
wins.
crazy.
You're this age. Oh, it was on average. The Masters winner is 29 years old. He's got like 10 total wins. He drives
this many
the ball.
major wins already.
And then next to that, it's Bryson.
And he checks every box. 1, 2, 3,
and it's
4.
literally he's 29. He has 11 whatevers. He's got his average
This many
putts
majors.
is this. His short game looks like that. And it's like, oh,
We already have
On
a winner,
average,
so
you
that's
should
what we're
win.
betting.
I really like him coming up for the Masters personally. Like I think last year when he played in it, his short game wasn't as good as it is right now, and like he obviously can hit the shit out of the ball. Like that course plays really short.
I watch
for
him on YouTube a lot. I love doing it because he's more as a big brolic kind of heavy hitter. You would think he's more like, what holes that way, I'm hitting it. He's very analytical. Like,
Yeah.
when he putts, he reads it, and maybe most people do this, and I'm just a novice. I definitely don't. But he reads it, and then he decides like how many notches to the left or right he's going, and how many feet that way and there's more than, he does the walk, but it's essentially how many feet towards that direction am I hitting it? And let's just say the hole's, it's uphill, it's 27 feet away. So he's like, all right, well, I got to hit it 32 feet, like over here. And then he just looks down at the ball and he knows he swings the same speed, but it's like if I
he has a physics degree.
I did not know that, but essentially he goes, if I bring it to, he goes, when he's bringing when he's bringing his putter back, he goes, okay, 2 feet, 4 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, 32 feet.
And he comes through at the same speed all the time. He never changes the speed that he comes through.
He just knows how far back he needs to go, so that when he comes through, that ball will travel. And so then it just you wonder why that happens. I'm sure
he has a specialized golf ball too, because he says the dimples on the golf ball, depending on how you putt and your putter, it'll impact and it can make it jump right or left or up or down depending on like where you hit it on the dimple. So he uses a special golf ball.
How's that like the torpedo bat?
I said I'm for it.
Maybe it is. It's in the regulations.
And it's analytically, and it's okay.
If it's in the rules, it's fine. By the way, he also drives it freaking 400 yards. So,
well,
I don't think I'm
also to that point. You are every golfer
not carry like full distance.
No,
he definitely can get it for.
No,
not. What about the long drive tournaments? He's definitely broken.
That's 400. So different though. Like you're not doing that, and they're in Arizona where
and on the hole that is there's just a lake in the middle, and you have to do a full.
He's like a 350-ish.
That carry was like 350, 360.
Besides the point, I forget what
anyway,
I was gonna say.
yeah.
Oh, every golfer has their clubs fitted to like the centimeter to them that they need.
Yeah,
and
not the ball.
Yes.
Really?
They have different layers. Like some golfers play with 4 layers, some golfers play with 2, some golfers play with 3 different layers of ball.
And it
because
actually
then
matters?
It gives their feel around the greens, and it also like their feel with the driver.
And this is why I'm probably bad.
Yeah, like if you're a heavy hitter that has big dispersion, then you'll have a club.
Well, they also shot shape a lot more. So like for them, like to be able to feel the weight of the golf ball to where they're hitting it on their club is big for them.
Well, and if maybe if you're a heavy shapeshifter, you want the 2-layer one because it's lighter and more worth spinning. And if you're like, well, I can shot shape, I'm a pro, but it's not my thing. Maybe you have the 4-layer. I don't actually know what the difference.
I think it's the opposite, but yeah,
sure. Yeah, it's cool. I didn't know that.
I'm a other shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter.
That we know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they call that
aliens.
The chick from X-Men, Magneto's chick.
So we have a couple things here. Oh yeah, Mystique.
What?
I heard Nightcrawler's coming to Marvel.
I can't wait.
Oh.
Thanks for getting that Mystique. That was a good call.
Yeah, Mystique's sick. She'll be.
Well, she said she's a shapeshifter.
That's not where I was going, Dave. I was thinking Marvel Rivals should be a good character. I think
Healer maybe.
We have a couple like notes here. I don't want to spoil anybody's 2-minute drill, but these are like, so if we don't actually, you know what? I'm gonna cover that first one as part of my 2-minute drill, so I can do that.
I'll go first.
Are we going
That's not what I asked at all. I just want to talk about like KDB. Anybody going to talk about that KDB news?
I just wanted to throw that in there because we don't have too much soccer on this one.
That's what I mean. But if it's a 2-minute drill.
No, it's not my 2-minute drill.
Okay, so KDB might leave Man City. You want?
Oh, it's confirmed.
No, it's confirmed.
Oh, he's definitely leaving?
He's out.
Okay, I only heard he was maybe.
Yeah, and like the way that he's been playing this year, like he's played so many minutes in the hardest league in the world. And he doesn't look like he's got the same spark in his legs, and it may be
you think like a Barca retirement, or go back to Belgium, or like Ajax type of retirement,
maybe like a
Saudi Arabia.
Find his legs and get a lot of money in the meantime.
He seems like a family man.
Yeah, I was about to say he's going to probably.
It could be MLS. They're giving big money.
Yeah, but it is sad to see. Like as much as I hate to see him put on that blue jersey, he's one of the best soccer players I've ever seen in my lifetime.
He's the best passer. He might be better than passer than Messi.
Henry even was like his mind is like
Pirlo.
He's got like the most different mind. Like he's alien
one of them.
in thinking. His pass is just like the pass that he picks. So like it'll be a sad day to not see him play in the Prem.
Oh, for sure.
I hope he makes a lot of money in his next steps of his career.
Hard worker too, like great guy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the news on KDB.
Jose
Mourinho, the special one. He's always in the news, but this one's pretty funny. After they lost in a Turkish cup match to Galatasaray, which is so he coaches for Fenerbahce and Galatasaray.
If I speak, I am in trouble.
Yeah. These are like the two biggest rivals in Turkey, and they played in a cup match. And I don't even know how this transpired, but the coaches usually shake hands after the game. I believe they did shake hands, but after this, like there was some argument. And then Jose Mourinho just like sprints over to the guy and grabs his nose like it's like Michael Jackson, and just like grabs his nose, and the other coach just falls over
What?
and like does like that fake soccer, like rolling around on the ground for like 5 minutes. It was the weirdest spectacle, but it's always something.
Is he getting fined?
Mourinho. Probably, but it was hilarious.
He's
You
been
gotta watch
fined
the clip.
before.
Yeah. If I speak, I mean big trouble. But that's
He says, "I was rude, but I was rude to somebody who deserved it."
I
All right,
that
You
line.
see this? This is football heritage.
Aguero, Balotelli,
Investments from the past.
Fernandinho, investments from the past. Yeah. Cool. All right. Great episode. It is time for the 2-minute drill. As always, Mike, you said you wanted to lead it off, so take us away.
All right. I'll try to get through this one really quick. So I'm going to name stats for 2012 LeBron on the Heat. And then I'm going to name a second guy, and you can tell me whose stats you think it is this season. All right? So LeBron 2012 on the Heat. 27 points per game, 7.9 rebounds per game, 6.2 assists per game, 2 steals per game. Next guy, 27.2 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game, 5.9 assists per game, 1.2 steals per game. Who would you think that is?
You're saying he's on that team? Or is
No,
this
no,
could
no.
be
He's
anybody?
playing this year.
I'm
Oh,
saying
it's
that's how comparable he is to LeBron's like
Luka
amazing
Doncic.
MVP. year.
MVP season. He said Luka.
Luka Doncic.
I don't know if Luka qualifies, but his stats will be.
Why wouldn't he qualify?
He hasn't played much.
His stats could still be that.
I'll go Luka with it too, actually.
Jason Tatum. I think Jason Tatum's a really underrated player in the NBA. I think he gets a lot of hate where like
'Cause he's
How many
weird.
assists did
yeah,
you say?
he is weird.
5.9.
Yeah.
Dang, 6 assists a game.
I think he should be like more in the MVP talks. Not saying he should deserve it. I mean, I think it's Jokic 100%. I don't think it's a question. I'm just saying I think he gets a lot of like bash for like, being great.
I don't disagree at all. I think that he's like been hovering around that third or fourth in the MVP race, and but to your point, like you can't give it. He's not the MVP.
No, but people talk about
maybe
him
he needs
like
to fire his coach. Get him
Yeah.
over the hump.
The next one I got for you
Yeah, go ahead.
is the psychopath Alex Ovechkin. So he needs 300 more hits to become the NHL's all-time hits leader.
Wow.
And nobody's talking about it at all. So like he could this year become first in goals scored, but also first in hits
Yeah, that's nuts.
in NHL history.
That's really cool. That's
polar opposite.
that's a dog stat right
Yeah,
there. That's a
that's-
dream hockey player stat.
That's
honestly.
savage.
Yeah. Ave, Jessica?
I got Nathan.
That wasn't your OV.
I can go.
No. So that's good.
Wait, he said he has who's going?
No, it's you.
All right. Mine is for the first time in over 70 years, a women's professional baseball league will launch with a 6-team league in 2026.
Baseball?
It's actually going to focus on the Northeast region too in America, the first of its kind. Yes.
Oh, I
You
bet
ever see the
Melissa's gonna
movie?
play.
Me too.
I bet I know someone who's gonna play.
There's
in
probably a
that
lot of softball players who are going to try and play, and it's you know the League of Their Own, the movie with Tom Hanks. That was based on
too.
the true story. That was the last time they did that, which was 1943.
league. Melissa will almost definitely play in that league
No, I think there's going to
Always
be
definitely.
people that we know who are going to at least try out for the team.
because she played baseball for France and grew up playing baseball, and then went to Lafayette or Louisiana Lafayette and played softball. And was
thought
like an
she was-
All-American, and she was a stud.
Mm-hmm.
And then she coached there, and she probably still wants to play baseball. You got a 2-minute drill, Abe? You want me to go?
No, you go ahead.
All right. We already mentioned Ovi breaking the goals record. I think if you listen to this podcast, you understand I'm a Gretzky fan. Not all that excited about that record being broken. However, I found a silver lining for myself to continue to be able to sleep at night. I think this was Mike who submitted this. Maybe it was 8th. But games played, Ovechkin is 2 games behind Gretzky. They're at 1485 and 1487. Goals, Ovi's 2 goals behind Gretzky. So as far as that's concerned, you'd think, okay, they're very much aligned in goal scoring. Obviously, Gretzky has way more assists and still would lead the all-time points scored with only his assists. One thing I want to note, although the games are close, Gretzky's shots, 5,088 total. Ovechkin, 6,835. So he has 1,800 more shots than Gretzky did.
Shooters got to shoot.
Shooters do indeed have to shoot, but Gretzky is a better shooter than a
Shooter, but
shooter.
I'm
He's
not
more
wearing,
accurate, yeah.
shooter, but I'm not wearing a shooting sleeve.
So
He's never won a shooting
1,800 more shots it took him to be 2 goals less.
Hey, you
Bands
miss
make it
1,000.
dance.
You miss 100% of the
Just
shots
saying
you
all
don't
of them.
take.
Oh, Gretzky's following Ovi, by the way, game to game, everywhere, so that he can congratulate him when he breaks his record.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's cool. You ever see the clips of them doing the bands and make it dance?
No, I
Yeah,
just thought
I've
you
seen
were
Ovi.
just
Hey,
Yeah,
can you look-
Ovi is
you should look it up tonight.
hilarious.
Look it up with Ovi. Ovi, that's his favorite song. When
Yeah.
he sings in the locker room, bands and make
And the Russian accent is
That's
yeah,
so
so
funny.
good.
it's so funny.
He definitely doesn't even get the words.
And he like
right.
dances like this to it too. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not just doing it to be like a creep. Like, he's like dance.
I could see Ovi dancing like that.
Yeah, like it's like a Russian dance. Like he's really sturdy.
Yeah. You want to round us out?
I got nothing.
You got nothing.
Yeah,
All right. Well, in that case, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on episode 34. Please like, comment, subscribe, Spotify, YouTube. We're posting on both. We have thumbnails now.
TikTok.
We're almost legit. We're editing stuff, but it takes a long time. So then the clips come out later, but we're almost real.
We're real.
See ya.
We're real boy.
We're real. I'm a real boy.